right into this game one of this quarterfinal series between AOE Phenomenon and Cerberus. We've seen the comps, we got through picks and bans. We see that the guys are down,
Welcome to
but
Summoner's
they are
Rift.
not out. Can't count out Cerberus just yet.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big mistake from AOE if they look at
30
this and
seconds
say,
until
oh,
minions
this is
spawn.
they're using an ESA, blah, 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 blah. We told them, okay, you got to attack. You've got to attack attack the jungler. You got to pinch his champion pool. You got to do this. You got to do that. But if they underestimate Duan, if they underestimate Cerberus, they could very easily get upset. Like it's not unbeknownst. It's not impossible here. And AOE being the fifth seed and Cerberus being the sixth seed, these guys are very close. We're very close in the standings in their
Minions
respective
have spawned.
divisions.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be knocking heads, definitely some gladiator fighting. It's not gonna be just like a rollover and die situation. And that's what I like to see. That's what I'm happy about because that but all these players, sub aside, are still very, very strong and capable of carrying the game, of, actually having agency on all these champions. And both of these team compositions are extremely strong with what they want to do. And, let's get these predictions out. Who is going to win game one? My camp is a little bit in the Cerberus camp, but AoE might have something to say about that. So it's just even lane all around.
Both junglers starting bot side. It looks like Jin's actually going leashless here. Gonna affect his clear up speed a little bit as Viego's gonna get that little extra help from Maokai and Kaisa, but Tristana and Rakan gonna get the shove. They're gonna hit level 2 first in theory, so that's very scary, right? Because if Rakan, Tristana hit level 2, they'll both W onto you, they'll EQ you, and you will take a lot of damage.
Right, yeah, the burst potential is just so high with these champions, and it's that level 2 race is always what people are looking for, and like both sides of the matchup can benefit from hitting those early levels, and you see the damage coming out. Like it's already pretty spicy, but hey, it's not unserviceable. It's just how people are going to play in this top lane is going to be interesting. I won't say pre-6 or post-6 rather, because even pre-6 they can get at each other's throat. Key note here: ShamWow is taking TP Ignite on the Camille, so no flash for him, so no extra getaway or engage tool for the Camille. All she will have is her hook shot and Hex Ultimatum. So that's one thing maybe that EDK can capitalize on, being that sticky Tom Kinch, not having to worry about a flash to get away from him as, here comes the ganks coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because she's gonna have to be super reserved with her hook shot, right? Like you said, she can't play super far up. She can't, as we say that right now. Ooh, Dot's gonna get away unscathed, right?
Yeah.
They do have that potential to really interrupt the W, but it's Tom Kench. It's really hard to gank him. He will 1v2 you under the tower. Like, he has that deceptive health regeneration on his Q. The shield is a lower cooldown than it was before, or his gray health and everything like that. So definitely a hard target to dive, which makes him, as ShamWow gonna go in.
Yeah, it's the damage is just all there for him for sure. But DDK, you have to play a little bit reserved because Camille is going grasp instead of conquer. So this is like a different damage type Camille. Like, they're gonna go for these trays and get the healing, as both already have. Camille already has pretty decent healing, and the cutting the gray health reduction that Tom Kench will have, because the ignite is always a threat, right? You always have that
the
threat
kill
of
pressure.
Camille. Yeah, engage, boom, ignite, down. So it's going to be a lot of that. So looking towards other lanes, it's a very slow burn game. Like I was saying,
This is playoffs, right?
Yeah, it's playoffs. No one wants to make a single mistake. So the pre 6 games is just like chilling. Nobody's really making any mistakes, trying their best not to make any mistakes, rather. But these compositions not coming online until a little bit later on, that might have something to factor into it too.
Yeah, Greco does have the exhaust on him as the ADC, so definitely looking for that more 1v1 potential, that survivability where, like, if the Xin Zhao comes on him, he can exhaust him immediately, right? If the Tristana jumps onto her, can exhaust immediately, and really, it can take a lot of people by surprise the first couple times you exhaust them, and, you know, most teams, most players aren't used to playing around an ADC with exhaust, right? Or playing against an ADC with exhaust specifically. So,
yeah, definitely.
It'll be interesting to see what Greco does and how he uses this, you know, I would say offensive summoner spell, right? It can definitely be used aggressively, and you could jump in onto somebody, exhaust them, and you win like a really, really good trade, or you even can get a kill off of that. It'll probably dissuade AOE from just trying to jump on Kai'Sa immediately, but yeah, it's playoffs right now. I think game one, both teams are just trying to, you know, warm up, get their mechanics down, farms, yes, get to their power points. You know, nobody's really trying to limit test anymore. This isn't normal games, and I can agree with that playstyle a little bit, but at the end of the day, both teams have 5 chances to win 3 games, and if you can't do that, and that's based off of some reason where you go home and you say, oh, we weren't playing the way we used to, or we weren't playing the way we should have, like there's no room for excuses here, in my opinion. Yeah. So I would love to see both teams just, you know, leave it all out on the Rift, as people would say, or leave it out on the field if you guys played sports. You know, don't hide any picks. Don't, you know, try to be cute, or, you know, don't try to, like, just, you know, don't save strats. Like, go all out, because this could be, you know, you could be gone, right? There's no week 2. There's no week 3 normal games. It's do or die.
Right, yeah, and, you know, like in the regular season, they were playing best of 2s, best of 3s, and what have you. This is best of 5, yeah, so there is one little chance for error, I guess, sure. But playing super reserve like this is showing that neither team wants to make any mistakes, you're right. But this is an interesting gank, as the Hextech ultimatum will completely nullify the Abyssal.
Oh, Tomcat is going in.
Yes, he's going in. He's trying to get the kill before he goes down.
Is he going to be able to 1v1 Ziggs?
He will get it. He has the great health. The stun is available.
If he gets the Q off, he's not appealing. Thomas, tension! Thomas,
oh! We'll be able to steal the kill. He's trying to hide in the bush. He's hiding.
Are they going to give it? Are they going to give it?
Yes, he still gets it anyway. Are you serious? Dot comes out with 2 kills in that gank gone wrong for Cerberus, and that's a feels bad man if I have seen one, Shibby. All right, I'm awake. My eyes are glued to this screen because I am invested.
This is what we talked about, right? This is what I was saying. Thomas Kenshin, one of those champions that can 1v2 very easily, can bait you in with the gray health, and Dot, just knowing the limitations of this champion, you've got to believe this guy practices it in solo queue. He effortlessly 1v2s Camille and Ziggs. Like, it's like it's any given Sunday, man. Like, he just came in, he said, okay, you're going to gank me, you're going to stop me. All right, well, I'm just going to get 3 stacks, I'm going to Q you, I'm going to eat you, and that Camille was dead. And the moment I saw Camille die, I was like, oh, he'll be able to 1v1 Ziggs. Like, it's done, because he gets the healing off of Grasp, he gets the healing off of his Q, his E cooldown is so low, Ziggs just doesn't have the damage, you know, to really beat him yet, right? He's not at that crazy mid game. And then the icing on the cake was that Carillion came in, was trying to give the kill. I honestly thought he was going to take it with an auto or ignite.
Right.
Yeah, but AOE just having the mindfulness to try to give it to Rockboom, and now they've sent their top lane their bottom lane to the top lane because they already roamed up. Very good play from them.
Yeah. Interesting little mini lane swap. You don't see that often in this league of play, but I do appreciate it. That it shows that, hey, we gotta change something real quick. As AOE, they're gonna take those 2 kills. Now, in the meantime, all of that happening, there was a dragon take, and so Duan was able to secure the first dragon for Cerberus. Over the side, that's gonna be Hexmiss doing what Xin does best. Gets in, gets out, gets the kill. Yeah, it's not looking real good for this first game in Cerberus. We didn't get any action here until, what is that little timer saying there?
Minute 8. I mean, it's 9:45, 9:50.
Yeah.
We didn't really get some action until about minute 8 when that 1v2 happened from Dot. So, you know, not as reserved as we thought it would be. I mean, obviously it's not going to be your solo queue games where you're, you know, killing at like 3-5 minutes as Rockboom. Yeah, you don't win that. That's a Camille with Sheen and a Kindle Gem, brother. I'm sorry. Like, that's... I understand. I respect it. You're trying to trade with her, and then you took a couple spells to the faces. You know, you found out. You messed around and found out. This is a PG stream. I'm not going to say, well, you guys know what I mean.
you know
guys,
the rest. You know
what I mean. So, not that strong yet. Really, Tahm Kench has a lot of the gold, so it's not doomed for Cerberus by any means, right? Like, the tank on AoE side has a lot of the gold. They still have a scaling jungler. They still have a scaling Camille. I mean, Ziggs is doing okay. I mean, he is 0-2, but he's going to hit that mid-game power spike, and they're going to drop the Herald here now. They're going to break mid lane at possibly, 11, 12 minutes in, as they've shifted their Tristana, this turret breaker, into the mid lane. And I love AoE's job of just moving their bot lane around. Most teams don't do this.
Right, definitely. Oh! Also, don't get the best gang. They will get collapsed on Cerberus, making AoE pay for the hubris. Killer unit. Yeah, see, you can't step up against a Maokai, especially one that has flash. Like, fortunately that Rock Boom was able to get out, but he
Rock Boom is actually gonna get a return kill.
Right, yeah. Spoke too soon, I guess. Rock Boom, he dodges out from the Maokai. His buddy will go down, but he will get a kill in return. Going a little bit too deep, and just not able to land the Bartimaeus, not able to land the Ziggs ultimate, just really hurting them there. I see the kill, like I in my mind, like I saw what they were looking for, but like it just was a little bit too late. So that's really just putting AoE more ahead. I think they're about 2k ahead. So it's not like an insurmountable lead or anything, but the constant rotation should be like the constant moving of all the parts around the map is something I don't think.
This is a 3-man dive.
3-man dive. Oh, perfect gravity storm.
That guy didn't even get to press button.
Yeah.
That man.
He literally hook shot it into the wall and got stuck there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he did not get to press any buttons during that dive. I saw, like you said, I saw a hook shot and then I saw death. 3-man rotation coming in from AoE to dive Camille here, and that's 3 men for Camille. I like that. I like that play. You're setting their win conditions further and further behind. Your Tahm Kench now has his mythic. Your jungler now has his mythic. It's about 13 minutes into the game. First dragon was taken by Cerberus, so they can quote unquote delay the game by an extra 5 minutes. But you have to believe that these dragons are, at least the next 2 or even 3, are going to be AoEs to secure. They have some very, very strong members. Victor has a kill. Tristana has a kill. Yeah, everybody on the side of AoE, other than their Rakan, has mythics. Like, there's no way you can fight it if you're Cerberus, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's definitely not a fight that Cerberus wants to take. They're playing catch-up to the best of their ability, as the TP will come out from Tears of Water will TP back to top lane to stop the push that Shamma has. And yeah, they're just abusing this Camille, the flashless Camille, who took Ignite, but the collapse? Oh wow, a lot of damage. That's a Hail Mary from downtown. Yes, AoE will get the dragon. Bartimaeus and Tears of Winter will get Bartimaeus will get the kill on the Tears of Winter, rather, as they're trying to trade. They're trying to pick up for something. They have a sizable wave, and the Viego Victor does a decent amount of damage to turrets, but no. Turret plating has fallen, so nobody's going to get first turret bonus gold. But AoE is still in the lead, knocking on this mid-tier 2. Very easy takedown should they get everything there. And yeah, it's the rotations from AoE just keeping Cerberus on the back foot.
Yeah, 800 gold lead now only for AoE. They did pick up that dragon. A crucial kill went back onto Bartimaeus, as you said. That's going to feel pretty good considering he got picked on early and he was 0-2, previously. But yeah, now mythics are coming out for Cerberus. They do feel a little bit stronger. They feel like they can make some more plays. Yeah, Divine Sunder, double Divine Sunder coming out from Viego and Camille. Got the Leandries coming in, the Kraken Slayer, Kaisa, and yeah, it's still dangerous for AoE to step up, into this Maokai, into this Camille, because we saw they have really, really good collapse potential, right? They have the ability to, if you step forward, we saw it in mid lane. It was a flash W into hook shot into Hextech Ultimatum, and that guy was dead. Unfortunately, that kill did go on to Killer Unit, which probably isn't the best person to get it on. Unfortunately, he's a support here, but a kill's a kill. Gold is gold, and you want to try to even it up as best as possible. You want to try to stop the momentum that AOE, had, and they've been doing a decent job, right? They've been, stuffing it here and there, and then now it's going to be at this next dragon is where I predict this next fight will be, unless the Rift Herald is the, apple of these teams' eyes right here.
Hey, it might be. They have started it up on AOE, and there are multiple members of Cerberus in the area. The ultimates are available for a Killer Unit, but no, it does look like they're just going to go ahead and give it over. Not going to try and contest this. Yeah, they don't have
the vision.
Yeah, so that's going to be Herald going over to the way of AOE. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, it's Marksman versus Demon Catfish as
Demon Catfish.
Like, oh man, it's
tanky, beefy, chunky Demon Catfish.
I don't know. He's just so terrifying. Dot is on this Thomas Kinch. He is just doing he already has the steel caps. He already has the Frostfire, and he has the Bramble Vest. So like, any damage.
Only Ziggs can walk up to him, right?
Right. Any damage that Greco tries to put onto him, it's just, he's literally going to be punching himself in the face. So AOE has that one win condition. But yeah, if you look at the rest of the members of AOE's team, not really screams tanky. So this is something Cerberus can play around, with the Maokai, with the locks down that he has, with the Twisted Advance, with the Nature's Wrath, like all of the lockdown spells can and might be focused onto taking out all of the carries, all the squishies, taking out Rock Bottom, taking out Hexmas, like making sure that these guys can't get into the fight. As just the posturing around mid. Man, AOE really want to crack this mid turret.
It's gonna be really hard, like you said, right? Ziggs sieging really good, but also anti-siege, right? He has the wave clear, he's got the mines. This guy's got a blue buff in tow. Like, it's gonna be very, very difficult for them to try to get this mid lane. It really seems like they don't want to pop this Herald for like what is a 25% mid lane turret. They might end up having to do it. They might save it and use it during Dragon, which is a play I really love. Like, I like it when teams use the Distraction Herald or the Bait Herald, however you want to call it. I think that's probably one of the better usages for the second Herald. Obviously, getting a tower or taking a tower is the ideal scenario, but if you get a drag because somebody goes response to, or you get positioning off of it, that's really, really good. And I want to go back to a point you mentioned during the draft and during, pre-game is terrain control for these teams, right? Ziggs, you have Maokai seedlings or saplings, sorry. You have all this terrain control. Mist in and of itself, the mist that Viego puts out, that's terrain control. You're not gonna fight him in that. You're not gonna walk into that. Like it is terrain control. And on the other side of AOE, you have Victor, right?
Why'd you jump in like that? Oh, not the best play. Will drop the Herald in the middle of all of that.
That's a strong Victor.
That's a strong Victor. But here, who else is strong? It's going to be Greco. He will get the kill on the Tears of Winter. But yes, that Herald is dropped in mid lane. They did have to use it to crack open that tower. But AOE is also on the advantage positioning
some low health
this
bars.
dragon. Yeah, they have low health bars. But hey, it's okay. Hexmas is there. He's going to go ahead and take the dragon.
Oh, fish in a barrel? Fish in a barrel? Yeah, he had to flash out.
Had to flash out. Cerberus will muscle them out. But here is Dot on the backside. Full health Tom Kinch can probably do more work than all three low health
champions.
bars.
That's three champions. Yeah, full health Tom Kinch is literally 3 champions.
As we do have aggression coming in, just forcing AoE off as Hexmas and Cerulean are just not able to get in.
He's gonna go for this.
He's looking for the heat steal, but the hook shot. Oh, Sham, wow. That's how you do it right there, baby. Oh my god, I almost quoted the commercial. I think we'd get like sued for infringement if I did that.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're afraid of that one, but ShamWow doing them dirty, going over the side with the hook shot, no flash needed, keeping them out of the pit, gets the kill on to Hexmas, and that's the second dragon going over to Cerberus as this gold lead. Yeah, the gold lead is slightly in their favor now.
Yeah, they tipped it in their scales, and that's crazy because Cerberus committed 2 top for the victor. It's just unfortunately Rock Boom, Cerulean, they did not respect the other 3 members of Cerberus, right? they got jumped essentially. They got jumped on. They lost a lot of their HP. They were effectively out of the fight, right? They didn't die, but they essentially died because Rock Boom couldn't participate.
Nope.
Cerulean couldn't really do as much as he wanted to, and then you had 3 strong coming in from Cerberus, and we would love to see Dot, possibly try to muscle them out, like you said, but he's playing aside and joking aside, he's not tanky enough yet, right? He still needs a couple more items. Like that Camille still hurts. A Kraken Slayer, a Kaisa still hurts, who now has Phantom Dancer. Like they were able to muscle him out because instead of helping Hexbus with the dragon, they were mid. They really wanted that tower, and yeah, you guys got the tower, but now you lose drag. Now you let Cerberus scale. You let them delay the game a little bit more, and late game Viego, late game Camille is very, very hard to beat. Even Kaisa to an extent, right? I would say Tristana has a scaling favor just because of the range and her attack speed steroid, but it's not. Kaisa's no slouch, right? She's gonna get her passive off, her Q. She's gonna get all that damage off to one of your carries. If she dives in, with this Camille or with this Maokai, it's gonna be dangerous, as we are unfortunately hitting technical issues. I believe there was a pause coming into the game, but just looking at the game state now, what was a bit dire, I would say a bit dire for Cerberus. They were down 2k gold lead. They've managed to bring it back, and we're getting right back into the action. It's 5-4, right? Some of the kills are onto the Tahm Kench, but it seems like AOE is kind of stalled out. One mistake there, like you said, is kind of flipped it on its head. I don't think either team is out of it, of course. Both teams looking very strong. Like I said, both teams have really, really solid win conditions. It's just who can play around them better, right? Who can execute better.
For sure. It's definitely about playing it better. We have two compositions so similar, so close in ideas of what they want to do. Cerberus want to get Ziggs up to turrets, knock them down. AOE wants to get Rock Boom up to turrets and knock them down. So it's really in these side laners and these solo laners and these junglers to how they're gonna play, as ShamWow is gonna take 2 tower shots. Does not want to do that. But yeah, talking about how Dot got ahead.
Oh, another pause coming in, unfortunately. Having some technical issues, but yeah, like you were saying, right? Side lanes, how these solo laners are gonna be playing these side waves. Camille, how she's gonna create pressure against Tahm Kench. How is Tahm Kench gonna affect team fights? Like you said, 2 teams with very, very similar team identities, but it's gonna be up to their solo lanes, like you said, how they play around that and how they either facilitate that or they take it into a different direction and they try to win the game on their own. I'm looking really towards these two, I would say these 2 top laners, and really seeing what Dot can do in these team fights and what Camille's going to be able to do with all this pressure that she can create. Because now she has Divine Sunder, she has a Tiamat, she's a turret wrecking monster.
Yeah, those turrets are going to fold like paper against a knife because of how much damage that ShamWow has. But yeah, it's definitely needing Dot to step up. He got ahead, but they really didn't do anything with his lead. They could have forced more fights. They could have pushed a bit more, as we are past the 20-minute mark, and Baron is always this thing. Cerberus definitely has enough damage on their side to rush down a Baron or force a Baron bait, so to speak. AOE, they can too. Sure, you could argue they might have a better time of it. But I don't think they have the tools or the mental, rather, to take a fight successfully after the fact. And this is awesome. Killer unit on the Maokai rushed Dead Man's Blade.
Yeah, is that the dark technology? That's the dark technology.
That's the speedy Maokai who's gonna go ahead and throw down everything you can. You can't get away from Maokai Twisted Escape. It's a point and click CC ability. So if you have a giant treant running at you full speed who can just jump on you in an instant, that's lockdown city right there. As like typical combo will come in and they'll just lock you down infinitely to start any fight. He doesn't care if he goes down. He's gonna jump in, lock people down, throw out a sapling, die. That's cool. The thing is, they have enough follow-up damage, and plus the Kaisa passive can proc multiple times depending on who he hits. So it's a really good thing. It's like not the mythic that you want. I'm gonna assume he's probably gonna go into something like
Locket.
Maybe
he could go. Look, there is an angle for Shirellia. There's a Shirelia's
there
angle here.
There is, yeah.
But I don't know if he'll do it as... Ooh, we might see a
Dragon's
fight coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dragon is
Cerberus
live.
has the in lane here, right? They have the positioning, they have the mist, they have all this, you know, zone control.
Oh
this
no,
brain
God,
power.
what are you
He
doing?
comes in.
He just keeps Abyssal Journey into nobody as nobody on the side of Cerberus is dying. Well, no, I take that.
Oh,
Killing
Diego
goes
Carillion.
down, but into the back line. Reset City, baby, on double fronted. Rock Boom
Go on.
will drop but in the thick of it, though, there's shutdowns coming left and right. Who's winning this? It's looking like it's a 4-for-4, but no, it's a 4-for-3 as Cerberus is here. Duan will get the kills, gets the resets. That is the one fight for Cerberus in a very messy spread out fight in the river for this dragon. And we were talking about it in draft. That dragon pit would be the site of a lot of fights once everybody gets online. And that's exactly what's happening here. Cerberus once again coming out on top in these team fights.
It felt like it was a delayed engage from AOE. You saw Dot, like you said, he Abyssal Voyage into nothing, which isn't the end of the world, right? He's a tanky guy. He can take up a lot of damage, but then Carillion went in with essentially no follow-up, right? He had no one to really help him. I didn't see Rock Boom W in. Tears of Winter couldn't get his, you know, a massive Chaos Storm down. It felt like the fight was fractured from AOE, while at Cerberus, they said, oh, you're going to send Catfishing? Okay, we'll burst him down. Okay, Rakan's coming in. Okay, we're going to burst him down too really quickly, and then we'll start cleaning up, because once Duan got the resets, that fight's over, right? Even if it's a Rakan, even if he gets a Rakan, I mean, the engage, the healing, the knockups, all that stuff, he can set himself up. Diego's one of those champions that can literally set himself up for his own kills, where he can knock you up with Rakan, or you get the autos off, and he can just get more resets. And you saw him. I believe he got 3 resets during that fight.
3.
Yeah, he got Rakan, he got Victor, and then he got Xin at the end. He even got Trist at one point, but he didn't pick up all the kills. He did get a piece of them. So he's 3-1-5, and one heck of a sub jungler coming out from Cerberus.
Oh no, he did not!
Did he just ult the...
He ulted the Scuttle Trap
Scuttle
and
Trap?
got it. Might take out his life, but no, Kill Unit is here to back him up. Oh man, that's not
BM.
That's not a mental slap. That's the BM right there.
That is BM. Can you imagine? Oh, as
Rock Boom going back in. He's not afraid to use that rocket jump, as he is showed here time and time again.
Oh, look at the bot lane.
Yeah, not always to his advantage though. In bot lane, we do have a little bit of a scrap. Blue turret will go down. The split push of Shamma was seeming to be successful. As yeah, AOE trying to do a little bit of a Baron bait, but I don't think Shamma cares about your Baron bait. He's just gonna take your towers.
Yeah, he's starting to hurt now. He can look to match Tom Canch and possibly require more assistance. As AOE just watching their turret being taken from the mid lane. Unfortunately, they were not able to walk in. That's mid tier 1. It's not the end of the world. 27 minutes into the game. You guys did the best you could to hold that. And Cerberus now has about a 4K gold lead. I believe it's at 3.7 or 3.9, but it's nearly 4K, right? And if you're Cerberus, you're taking these fights. Now you're winning them. I mean, your Viego's online, your Camille's online, your Kai'Sa's online. Like, yeah, she has Lord Dominic's regard. She's 3 items in. She can team fight almost anybody now, right? That Tom Kench that has like 300, almost 200, 300 armor, paper mache now because of the LDR, because of Lord Dominic's.
That's that build,
it's gonna start looking pretty rough for AOE unless they can get some picks here. They should not be looking to just skirmish 5v5. I think they should be trying to look for something with like Rakan's in Tristana, right? Just the ability to jump on you so quickly. You don't have time to respond with TPs. You don't have time to respond if you're on the side of Cerberus. And that's how I think they can get back into this game. You have Victor start wave clearing. You have Thomas Kench in the side lane matching Camille. And, you know, you just do that 3-man roam squad and hopefully get the Ziggs, get the Kai'Sa, even the Viego, right? Force some cooldowns out, force flashes, and look to use that to your advantage. But just matching them head on may not be the move, as Tristana has 3 items as well, but she's going for the more squishy killer, right? I.e. Kraken PD.
Yeah, that you know, typical Triss crit build that we do see. Would like to see a little bit more in there, as they're going to jump right on to Greco, who's just gonna get over the side. It's just
That is
my,
not the match.
that's
That is not the
nasty.
match you want.
That's
Unless
nasty. Might be turned. Chaos Storm is down, ticking. Does not have the grievous wounds that you would think he has, built by now. Like you have Sunder,
Diego, Camille, yeah.
like
Uh,
uh,
maybe it's
yeah,
not that bad right now. I mean,
yeah,
it felt like if it felt really, really tense because if Victor went in for that extra Q or that Q auto, another one, Camille could have maybe turned it on him with another hook shot or another Q or some crazy flash or not flash, like just like an auto, right? Like it's close, but it's too close for comfort. And Victor should not be the one matching this Camille, unfortunately.
yeah,
As
yeah.
you know, it should be this Tom Kench. It should be a tank matching her and just dealing with her. Just settling her into the lane and not letting her get so much. You need your Victor for these team fights as the next dragon is up, and AoE's gonna have to take this fight.
They're gonna have to, but yes, Shamala has hysterics now, so that is a beefy boy.
And they're just gonna get it for free, Cerberus.
Yeah, no contest, no way to do it.
Now you fight.
Around. Oh, the ultimate already came out from Bartolomeus. Greco will get the kill on the dot, but deep in there, Bartolomeus gets another kill. 2 kills for the Ziggs as they're going forward.
What?
Cerberus says full sin and Shamala at killing 3. Absolutely.
The W landed.
W did land, but
Victor's dead.
yeah,
And that's probably game. Unless they have the wave here. They do have the bottom wave.
They do have the bot wave, yes.
That was prepped by Camille earlier, and they got that dragon for free. AoE, forcing onto a Camille. I don't know if that was the right move. I mean, they saw her on the flank. Maybe they thought they can kill her, but Cerberus get the Ocean Soul for free. They're gonna get this inhibitor for free, and they may just end the game. They have a Zig. They have a Zig.
That timers are too long. They have Ziggs available. Camille knocks down towers like paper. Diego's in the dissonance kin. It doesn't even matter. He's gonna try and run up in there as Nexus will fall.
Game is over. Unfortunately, that was a League of Legends spectator issue, right? It has if the game ends and you don't really see the victory screen. But just imagine, take you through the journey, close your eyes, imagine it's your solo queue games. You got that big victory screen going on, and Cerberus take game 1 in, I would say, a surprising fashion, right? They were down 2,000 gold lead at the 12-minute mark. Like, it looked rough for Cerberus in the beginning, but AoE took 2 bad fights? I think it was just 2, and that's game. And that's just how close these playoffs are in the Vanguard League. Like you said, you make 1-2 mistakes, you make 1 too many, game's over.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, it was interesting because AOE definitely had that really good early game, but it does harken back to the draft, like we were talking about. Similar compositions, but when it comes to starting fights and keeping people off of them, Cerberus's composition was better. You saw it when they were trying to siege mid for like the 13,000th time. Ziggs keeping them at bay, Maokai throwing all the saplings everywhere. It's just the amount of danger that presented itself. If any of those members stepped up, killer unit was on it immediately. The lockdown was there, and the single target damage. Yes, they had a decent amount of AoE damage, because that's just Ziggs' thing. But the single target damage, their ability to delete a champion off the map was so much higher. You have the Camille auto 2, you have the Viego attacks. Like it's like
Kaisa
was pulling exactly. Literally one person pops up, they're dropping. And they try to siege an objective, they're dropping. There were some scrappy fights. Yes, the second dragon fight did go pretty crazy, but AoE just couldn't keep up the pressure, keep up the tempo that they needed to take this game 1. And look, I don't know, man. This emergency sub is looking pretty good right now.
He's looking pretty good. He was looking pretty good. I mean, I do expect some Viego bans coming his way, and we talked about, right, the trade, Xin for Viego Ziggs. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that was the game-losing decision, right? Drafting Xin first. In most cases, drafting Xin first is a good idea. It's just the fact that now you have to possibly ban this guy's Viego out. Or if you're AoE, you go back to the drawing board. You say, you know what? We just didn't play that correctly. We didn't play to our win conditions correctly. We had a 2-0 tank in the top lane. We should have brought him down for objectives earlier. We should have just muscled our way in, like you said, because they could have done that. They could have set up objectives earlier. They could have muscled their way in, but instead, They had Victor splitting top lane, and he was getting caught twice. 2 times he got caught. The first time he got caught, AOE were able to pick up a dragon. The second time he got caught, Cerberus picked it up because their jungler, or not their jungler, sorry, Rock Boom, their 80s carry, just got bursted out. He didn't
Yeah.
have enough HP to contest it. And then now you have a 3v3 or a pseudo 3v3 with full life bars from Cerberus and half or below half coming out from AOE. And now they don't get anything. They lose their Victor. They lose the pieces that they need to really, control these dragons and control these objectives. And I wanted to talk about just terrain control. You saw they definitely had the tools. The Victor Gravity Field, Victor Chaos Storm. You can control a lot of space. You can do a lot of damage to teams going into that choke, but it just felt like they were never able to use it effectively. While on the side of Cerberus, the Ziggs bombs, the Mist, the Maokai saplings, the ultimate from Maokai, it was all really, really well played out, and they were able to play around these objectives very nicely and able to pick up the Ocean Drag and force AoE into a fight that they probably didn't want to take and end the game off of that. And that's that one mistake. When you start hitting 30 minutes, 32 minutes, it's literally one fight and the game's over.
Yeah, it's oh my god. The amount of run the fade energy that Cerberus had was actually hilarious to me because they're like, "Oh, word! Like you gonna try and jump on us?" Especially every single time. I want to go back and get a counter of how many times that Rock Boom on the Tristana rocket jumped forward and immediately got snagged by killer unit because
Yeah,
it happened a few times. Like
he did. Yeah, he did happen a couple times, and it only needs to happen a couple times, right?
right, right, and it's you see that AOE try to bait these fights or try to maybe start these fights, but Cerberus like, oh word, you think
Yeah,
what
F,
like
F
you think
around and find
I
out.
know
It's F
like
around.
absolutely, and it's just it's so funny to me. So they might want to keep that in mind for game two. With that being said, we are going to go to a break, and when we get back for game two between AOE and Cerberus,
Woo.
it's exciting.
Looking like a 5-game series, maybe.
All right, guys, we are back here for game two between AOE and Cerberus. It was a very, very back and forth game one.
Yes.
Very tense, I think we could say. But Cerberus, they dug down deep and they definitely showed that even with an E-sub, they don't care. They're going to fight, they're going to scrap, and they're going to take home a W. So, can AOE turn it around? We will see in this game two. It is a best of 5 series. So, there's still a little bit of room. There's like one more game before
AOE starts sweating. Yeah, I agree. 100% as the Amumu ban is coming out here. And just to remind you guys that, since Cerberus, for anybody that's tuning in just now, Cerberus is using an emergency sub or an E-sub, so they are going to be losing 2 bans per game. So, every game, like I said, if it's a best of 5, they play 5 games, they lose 10 bans, so on and so forth. You guys can do the math. As AOE is going to ban the Amumu, the LeBlanc, and Cerberus is going to ban the Thresh out. Corellian's not going to get that Thresh, and honestly, I think Cerberus is completely fine with just banning 3 supports away.
Yeah, totally fine. Just keeping that energy and making sure that Corellian just does not have a bad matchup. Or have a good matchup rather. And it's just Cerberus, they really gotta dig down, like they're minus some bans, but they're just gonna run it back. They take the Zen this time, so flipping the matchup, I would say, but no. That's a Lee Sin. Lee Sin's back in the jungle now, so that's a good
AOE might look to rotate their support early, because last series they took their mid laner in really early, like very, very early. I believe they took their Victor second, if I remember correctly. They went Zen, and then they went Victor, and then they went Tristana. This time around, and you'll probably see most teams employ this strategy at the highest level. They'll usually just rotate jungler, then ADC support, or support ADC. Like usually that's what happens, unless they think they can get a very, very favorable support matchup. AOE is actually just going to do the same thing again, get the Victor for themselves. And I don't think the Victor pick was necessarily a problem. I just don't like how AOE moved around very well in the early game, but then sending Victor to side when dragon is up and all these certain objectives are up is just very, very dangerous, especially against champions like Camille, like Viego, where, you know, they have the ability to negate turret fire or juggle turret aggro so well, right? And they just have so much upfront damage. As this is maybe a Galio support or even a Galio mid. The flexibility on this is really, really nice.
I knew it. As soon as I saw the Galio hover, like I knew they were just going to do Galio Camille. That's in their wheelhouse. It's something they've played before, something they've practiced, something that's given them success. Galio Camille is still a strong duo if you can still play it. AOE is going to respond with the set pickup. Okay. Very, good. Like one of them jump in, set can just suplex them right back out.
Yeah.
So that's good dissuading there. The Cerberus, once again, showing us that they're ready to fight. They're ready to scrap and throw hands and throw weapons, because you don't pick Zen, Camille, Galio if you're not prepared to fight all the time.
Yeah, and AOE has a lot of good tools in response, right? As they're going to ban the Tristana out actually on their side. And yeah, Cerberus, like I said, Thresh being banned, Leona being banned, I fully expect the Nautilus to be banned out here. I would want AOE to possibly ban out Maokai and just call them on it and be like, all right, let's see how deep your support pockets go, brother. Like that's what I would do. If I'm AOE, I would definitely think I have the more extensive champion pool with Cerulean. Not to diss a killer unit by any means. I think I has a really good champion pool too, but I would just go dig deep. But instead, they're doing the opposite. They're gonna try to pinch. They're gonna try to pinch the 80 carry champion pool from Greco here. There's a very good Ashe angle for AOE here. If they really want to go Ashe and get that support, that ADC pick, there is nothing really Cerberus can do. They banned out a lot of the supports that are good into Ashe, right?
Right. Oh man.
Some good ADCs are still available. We are on 11.18, so I don't expect any Varus anymore. He has kind of fallen out of favor after the nerfs that were into him. Aphelios is a good pick. Likes to be paired up with the Thresh. Isn't mandatory in my opinion anymore. It is not mandatory. He's got a lot of buffs. There are a lot of enchanters on the board. Lulu, Karma, Sona, Seraphine, all of these kinds of champions are available.
I'm wondering here because Greco, there's one other champ other than Kaisa that he's played over 100 times, and it's the Twitch.
Well, you think they'll bust it out here into an Aphelios lane? I mean, Twitch is pretty safe here, right? There's not a lot of...
And he did get those changes.
Yeah, he did get those changes.
Oh, I'm stupid. The Samira is right there. Yes. Okay, so the
Samira Alley possibly, or even Samira Yumi?
He doesn't even have to go the Alistar. He doesn't have to go the engage support, in all honesty, with how much knockup and CC is around him. But if they were to pick a champion to go good well in that lane with Samira, it could be the Alistar or it could be the Gragas. As the hover's there and there's a lock-in. Oh my
wow.
God. Oh man, this is actually terrifying. This is actually terrifying because literally off a body slam, it's over.
Samira can follow knockup. There is so much for Samira, and there is so much chaos here for Samira to work with, right? Yeah. She thrives in those chaotic fights as the Braum does get picked.
It has to be the default. Yeah.
AOE have banned that out last game, right? They saw the 3 bans target at their support, the Thresh, Leona, Nautilus, and then they banned the Braum away. Braum is okay with Aphelios. It can really provide that protection you need in those team fights. Winter's Bite, the ultimate coming out from Braum. Wall is really good here, especially in the Samira and Gragas, right? Can absorb, those projectiles. But yeah, as we were saying, Cerberus just has a comp where Samira thrives in, right? There is so much chaos going on. And if you're not able to track that Samira, she's dashing forward, she's using her W, she's doing all this crazy stuff. She's going to get her Devil May Cry special on lockdown, right? She's gonna do everything. She's gonna do her best Dante impression and start flinging around and shooting bullets everywhere, and you're not gonna be able to do anything on AOE Phenomenon side. There is so much bounce house composition coming up from Cerberus that it'll be really difficult for AOE to try to contest a dragon if Cerberus is there first, because it's on the drop of a hat. It's Cerberus can be there on top of you in a second. Camille Galio, not the hardest composition to execute unless you're TSM. It's everybody's getting it. I don't care. Everybody's getting it. I'll never forget. You guys, I'll never forget. If any TSM fans out there, I'll never make you forget that. It's not a difficult composition to execute, right? It's R plus R, and then you have a Xin follow-up. Then you have Samira coming in, dashing forward, and you have Gragas, who can both play engage and disengage, right? You have so many tools for team fighting. It's going to be up to AOE to get that lane lead, to get that, 1K, 1.5K gold lead in the laning phase, and then they transition that into, okay, you may have a better team fight composition, quote unquote, but we just have better items. We're ahead of you. We're stronger. AOE Phenomenon has a lot of tools to answer, right? They can R for R the Camille into Set, right? So if Camille R, then Set just R's him out. They have the Stinky Feet coming out from Lee Sin, who can potentially get a 4, 5-man, 3-man knockup, can R somebody away. They have Braum R as well, and if AOE Phenomenon can kite these fights out, they can bait you in and lure you into a trap like a Siren, you're going to be taking a lot of punishment from Victor Aphelios. Those are two high-scaling, high-damage champions, and if Aphelios has red and white, and if they try to fight, they're going to lose. 100% Cerberus will lose.
This is a full-on catch comp from AOE with how they have to play. Like,
yes.
I don't know if any of all wrestling fans in the chat, but like catch wrestling, if they're looking for the offensive coming out from Cerberus, because Lee Sin, that dragon kick can do so much damage if it lands correctly. Same thing for Set with his showstopper or ultimate rather. It's so much that it can reset, but also if the Aphelios, if they can get Rock Boom, Gravitum set up, disgusting. Like absolutely disgusting. So there's just so many avenues for AOE Phenomenon to use to completely halt the initiation of Cerberus, but it's all about if Cerberus is going to let them get that or not. And I'm really going to be looking at Hexmist on this Lee Sin to use that early game to his advantage, to use that ability to go around the map fast and influence these lanes so they don't get behind, because the moment they do, that really does spell trouble for AOE. And Cerberus, they know that AOE won't challenge them on all these fights that they are planning on taking, that they're planning on doing. So I think Cerberus is going to feel a little bit more comfortable, but they can't get too overzealous. They can't get too drunk on the Kool-Aid, so to speak. They can't get overconfident in themselves and underestimate the ability of AOE, because that is a nasty team fight. On multiple champions.
Yeah, Cerberus, if they, the colloquial term, or if you're in other games, right, Overwatch or anything like that, if they just keep pressing W, they will eventually fall into the meat grinder that is AOE Phenomenon, right? So Cerberus, they definitely want to knock you up. They definitely want to engage super hard, but at the same time, AOE has the tools to deal with it. They're calm, they're cool, they're collected. If they're trading cooldowns efficiently, like Victor Aphelios is going to pump out a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Cerberus' damage is going to come from their ADC, and it's going to come from their Camille. Galio is not going to be doing a whole lot. He goes Proto Belt into Zhonya's, into possibly Banshees. Like his item build isn't high damage.
Right.
Victor, on the other hand, he might go Leandries. He can go Leandries. He can go, into a Void Staff like we saw what he did. He can go into a Zhonya's himself and still dish out a lot of damage, right? Gravity Field, Zhonya yourself, Chaos Storm, like you're fine. You're chilling.
You would think he has to.
Yeah, you're fine here. And yeah, a catch comp, like you said, catch a wrestling. I mean, we're pulling references from everywhere. We are very cultured people on Vanguard Lead here. We got everything. We're also a bit old, unfortunately, as we were redoing the draft because of draft bug. There's a little bit of draft unfortunate circumstance with the league client, but we are going to throw it to a very, very short break as we get everybody loaded in, get the spectator delay going, and don't go anywhere. For Aegis Vanguard League, week 1 of playoffs, Cerberus versus AOE Phenomenon Game 2.
Bang, bang. Here we are. Shibby, it's mine, always.
No, take it.
Game 2. And I think Cerberus are going to take this. It's just, they're so ready. They are so ready to fight. And I am ready to see this. So, my money is on Cerberus. If AOE can prove me wrong, that's impressive. Good for them. But
Well,
it's gonna be hard.
I just put all my Aegis Vanguard League points into AOE. So all
Oh,
4,800 of them.
oh man.
So we'll see. I mean, I gave people a reason to bet against me. Maybe they'll make a big profit or not. But yeah, it's these first two dragon fights, if there are going to be fights, unless AOE just respects the hell out of Cerberus here and just gives them the objectives. Those two dragon fights, those first two dragon fights are going to be really, really crucial. We're going to see who has the Herald control here, because AOE had some very, very good Herald objectives. They took both.
Yeah.
The first one they used really, really early, which I like that. I'm not opposed to using it to just get damage onto the mid lane turret, because sometimes you cannot like guarantee that you're going to get a turret down to 3 plates, and I don't think I saw any other turret down to 3 plates, so the optimal usage in that case was just getting guaranteed damage onto mid lane, because you know, even when it was 25% against the Ziggs, it was super, super hard to siege it, right? They sieged at like 22 minutes, I think. Was it 23 minutes?
About 20
With
yeah,
a
23.
yeah, with a Tristana specifically. So it just goes to show you, when you have these wave clear mids, these control mages, it gets really, really hard. And yeah, I expect AOE to have some decent objective control here if they can get there, you know, first, if they can set up properly, get the Aphelios set up as he has as Rockboom goes for the exhaust again this time. Really didn't see a lot of usage out of these the exhaust that we saw last game. I believe Greco had the exhaust as well. It didn't feel like it was as impactful as I wanted it to be, or I thought it would be. But I think that was just because Cerberus were just at the end of that game, they were just really taking really, really good fights. Right, there was no need for the exhaust, and that speaks volumes in of itself.
Yeah, it definitely does. But haha, Greco with that exhaust on the Samira, I dig it. You know, there's a lot of high damage coming out from AOE. I personally would have rather seen the heal, because I do think this could be a fine heal game. I have enough damage coming out from killer unit. And yeah, the exhaust on Rockboom, totally justifiable. Like, you know, once Camille's jumping at you, once doing on the Zen is jumping at you, you know, like you definitely want to have something to help stave off that damage and allow yourself to get some space. So the exhaust for Rockboom, I agree with, totally fine. But you know, Greco's going to do what Greco wants to do. The man is actually cracked on high damage champions such as the Samira, the Kaisa, and the Twitch, so I have faith in him. And this top lane, we're going to take a quick look at it. It's a scrap fest, slugfest, back and forth. Both
sets down a bit of CS though, unfortunately.
Just a little bit, yeah. Down about 11, 12 CS.
Gonna pick up this wave though.
Yeah, he can pick up the wave. We do see, like we were talking about, Hexmith shadowing up top. Being on this Lee Sin, you have to abuse that early game. You have to be able to use that. Difference between this game and last game, quick say, ShamWow has flash instead of ignite.
Yeah,
so,
I was just the guy goes supposed to say that too, right? Like it's going for a little bit of a more defensive approach as Dot.
Can he? Oh, that was such a good body block.
Are they gonna be able to get this?
Can he get it? There's the flash. Change targets.
No TP coming out from Winter.
Oh, so close. No kills confirmed, but the reverse gank on the bot side. Low health bars on the side of AOE. That could have been 2 kills had Cerberus played that a little bit more tight. I say that hook shot in.
Kill.
Can they?
That's a set,
aggro?
man.
Oh no! Didn't kill him fast enough. The first
the crux
over to AOE. As turn aggro didn't fall off fast enough, and then he get the kill.
Oh yeah, they're gonna pick
this
up.
Quick going over. Copium. In the chat, it'll be fine. They can afford this. No, Tears of Winter will get the other kill. AOE make the best out of a bad situation there.
I don't know. Diving a set, like, come on, that's like you never do that. That's
one
like,
auto away.
Yeah, that's day one League of Legends stuff. If you enter the game, you know what I mean? Like, don't chase Singe. Don't dive a set. Like, we've seen so many set dives go horribly wrong, and Dot is just, this man is, he's getting the better of these dives, these ganks. I mean, last game he got 2 kills. This game he got a kill. He picked one up for himself. Like, he's doing really well, given all the pressure that's coming up to him. And Hexmas is doing a good job, of course, shadowing Like the TP from Tears of Winter. I did criticize him earlier because I was like, oh, Galio's TPing, but he's not TPing.
That's the most unfortunate time for Scuttle to run out. Oh god, you hate to see it. He tries to jump to safety, does smite for the health, but no, will go down. AoE punishing Cerberus right now. He's playing like I was talking about. They're getting in over their head. They're getting a little bit overzealous, and it's coming back to bite them as AoE cleaning up another kill and getting a dragon off the back of that. They're in a pretty good spot right now, just like where they were last game. But Cerberus, we know they're mental strong. We know they have the ability to bounce back, and the composition can still bounce back.
Yeah, Cerberus still has a lot of team fight, and they've been in this place before. They were down more gold at this time, anyways. As Duan did a little bit of a disconnect, reconnect, having some PC issues, unfortunately here. But yeah, only 500 gold down. It's not end of the world. It's Ocean Dragon as well. It's an okay single dragon, helps out in the laning phase, but yeah, like I said, it's not the end of the world. Victor is going to pick up his lost chapter, though, to Galio's boots. He did go Predator, interestingly enough, in this mid lane, so really looking to roam and looking to get some Galio ultimates off and affect these, top dives or skirmishes, as you say, not going for the more defensive or tankier route of the Aftershock here. But pretty standard runes other than that across the board. Conqueror on both the ADCs. Braum has the Guardian. Gragas has the Aftershock here. So it's no shenanigans necessarily. There's nothing going to surprise either of these teams. It's just how they play around their win conditions. And getting Victor that 1-0 kill, that small gold lead is just going to get him to that state where if you fight into him, it's going to be really difficult as ShamWow, fearless as can be against the bot.
Yeah, once again, AoE gonna offer a lane swap rotation. Oh man, this you're getting season 5 flashbacks. What's going on here? As it's gonna be up here, but the rest of the squad is here too. Flash, body slam, casket, taunt up, killer unit, take that walk, who gets the credit. That's fine, and do want to whoop credit on this Cerulean as AoE didn't see that coming. Cerberus clamp down the jaws, get 2 quick kills.
Yeah, AoE got punished a little bit for moving their bot lane around a little hastefully here. Cerberus comes in with a 4-man dive, pretty much, like you said, and picks up 2 quick kills, puts them at a 1.2k gold lead. That's going to feel really nice. Galio got a kill. Xin Zhao got a kill. Camille got a couple assists. She's 3 assists in right now, and yeah, it's match for match. Essentially blow for blow what's happening in these games, right? AoE does something, then Cerberus does something. Then AoE does something really nice, and Cerberus will answer back again. And different carries are, getting fed on the side of Cerberus and AoE. And yeah, this objective setup from AoE, if they're there first, they can definitely just stifle out any engages, stifle out these big muscly guys from Cerberus, right? Gravity Field, Chaos Storm, so good at terrain control. And I can see why AoE prioritizes that Victor in their first 3 rotations. It just allows them to play allows them to play for these early objectives really well, and really, facilitates their play style.
Right, man. All this back and forth. I did not realize I was still watching the US Open. I know it ended today, but hey, it continues on in virtual form. As these 2 teams are literally just throwing things back and forth to each other. 3 kills apiece, goal basically even. Next Dragon's up in a minute 30. Maybe Cerberus is going to try and contest that and get that for themselves to make it real even. Still no towers taken apiece, but looking at the pressure around the map, you would think that one will fall soon. The Herald in the pocket of Hexness. He might be able to use it for a good run this time rather than just kind of dropping it. They used it for that bait for Dragon. I don't know if he's going to try and hold on to it again. Make him
turret plates. Yeah, turret plates are still up. I don't hate the guaranteed turret plate play if that's the only play you have, if it's running out. And this Dragon is very crucial for Cerberus to get, because if AoE get this, then they're going to be 2 dragons up on possibly, I would say 2 of the best souls in the game right now, either Infernal or Mountain, both really detrimental if AoE gets it. And yeah, Cerberus is going to need to really, I would say, contest this Dragon. They can give it up, but it's just putting them on a shorter timer as...
Ooh, that's so much CC. That's so much CC.
He still has a shield.
Is there. Hextech ultimatum on top of the... He has to flash out, but he's so low. So too many tower shots.
Oh!
Again, flash kick doesn't kill. The resistances are there. That's the ultimate passive. The ultimate cast does knock him back a bit, not to where he wanted. Will not get in range for a body slam, but quick, just like that. AOE dissuading the dive. Kind of went wrong for Cerberus. Is Dragon spawning in 6 seconds, and both we do have Duan here, is here, but Heximus off this on the map. Doesn't look like they're gonna try and contest this one, as we did have
back in this top lane again. Yeah, they're just not gonna try to contest this.
Yeah,
it looks like
top lane.
And,
here's
Galio
Heximus
could die
right
here. Can he land a
die.
Sonic? Can he land a Sonic Wave? That is the oh, he's gonna land it. Yeah,
he does. Just all melee range, no problem.
Just yeah, point blank, can't miss anything. They're gonna get the turret here as well. Best Herald usage so far.
But here's ShamWow! Is it a
gonna try to wipe him off the map. Oh, never mind.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to put you. You said we were old, so I gotta try to live up to that. I held myself, okay? Game 1, I didn't make any ShamWow plays. You gotta at least give me one. At least give me one per game. As ShamWow cannot stop the Herald here. AOE will get the first turret gold. They will get the plates onto, crucial members of their team. Yeah, the Lee Sin gets it, and he's not going to be able to do too much. He's not going to be a major threat as the game goes on. But getting that gold, accelerating that victor is what we talked about. He's already out of Leandri's, 12 minutes into the game. He is very strong. He's going to be very strong in these team fights. Galio doesn't have his. It looks like he's going to build an Everfrost. Is what it's hinting towards, right? Yeah.
The components seem Everfrost.
Yeah, and Everfrost in the 3 melees is not bad here, right? If he gets onto somebody, he's going to lock them down for a very long time, and it's just going to allow Samira to free hit, Zinzao to free hit, and Camille to just follow up with more lockup. So I don't hate the Everfrost build, especially if you have a more damage-oriented, like Predator, instead of the Aftershock. So Dot, just waiting, just chilling here. Thinks he can 1v2. Is he going to get the face?
Oh, does get a good flash out. Greco will survive. Not going to go for the re-engage. The dive top is here again. Out of the gravity field, Chaos Storm is there. In comes Lightning. No, that is the ultimate down. Doing, biting off a little bit more. You can shoot flash, laser, auto, Tears of Winter. Negates the dive from Cerberus, and he gets 2 kills in his pocket. Yeah, it's starting to come online.
And this Victor is so strong. He's picked up 2 kills now, and Gragas is here. Not gonna really do anything. Just gonna push them off of this bottom lane. Heximus and Dot have just been kind of, buddying, holding hands down in the bottom lane. But AOE shifting their bot lane around, moving them around the map. Really nice. Pick up a play in the mid lane. They do respect the Galio. They respect the engage potential. But it's just gonna feel nice if you're on the side of Rock Boom and just when exhaust comes in, this Galio might be dead.
The passive does not get finished from Cerulean, so that will not be a stun there. As turret plating has fallen, 2v3 in the mid lane. The rest of the team of Cerberus, they are showing up right now, so they do have that available. But Cerberus is positioning pretty aggressively. Well, no, they're backing off now, not trying to position too aggressively. As, like AOE, they're about 5 minutes away from hitting that point to where it's going to be scary to even try to initiate into them as Cerberus. And,
I think it's scary right now. I mean, that Victor, man, he's got the Blighting Jewel, I believe it's Blighting Jewel as well.
Jewel and
Blighted Jewel. Yeah, he's going to start. Look how hard he's hitting right now. Man. Yeah, you don't want that, Samira.
Tries to go in with the exhaust to get the combo off, but didn't get to that rank S. I do believe an Inferno trigger there might have saved him. The shield bow was popped, so he's now lifeline going. But yeah, this is a completely different game for Tears of Winter. He's actually able to get his damage onto his targets and survive these fights. As AOE starting to pull ahead, and it's looking kind of scary for Cerberus.
Interesting, as we see AOE just giving us a different look than game 1, right? They're being more aggressive. They're taking fights. They're taking more objectives. They're being more aggressive on the positioning. Is Dot probably gonna pay for his life? Pay this for his life? Yeah.
Good timing.
He's
All
stalling.
The abilities, come on. Good stall, yeah. Stalling as much as he can. ShamWow will claim that credit. Good credit for that to go over to. Didn't have to burn the Hextech ultimatum. So they do have both of those ultimates available for them for the next fight. 24 seconds till the first Mountain Drake.
This could be scary for AOE.
Yeah, it's going to be very scary for AOE. We're talking about how both of them are a Drake apiece, but right now, AOE, they do have a bit more to work with how much gold and has been put into Tears of Winter, how much he has, been able to influence these games, but it's looking like they're backing
just gonna give it. Yeah, they don't have the set, right? They don't have the muscle, they don't have the front line. Good call from AOE, not trying to get baited into a fight like they did last game, multiple times, or twice really, but they kind of got baited twice into a fight. So really understanding their limits here, playing a little bit more respectfully. I would
look
say.
At the pings.
Yeah. They're going out to this Herald, and AOE loves their Heralds, man. As they're actually gonna double back because they see that there's 5 strong mid. We might see a fight here.
Oh yeah, because here's the Winter in Fog of War. They do not see him. The Chaos comes down. There's a Moonlight Business.
Din ultimate.
Back line, but on the backside, here is
ShamWow
leading him up in the team fight, baby. Gets the kill on the Rock Boom, and he's still alive in the fight. There's the Inferno Trigger going up under the tower. Can he get the kill? Yes, and Greco gets the kill and gets out, but no, gets shut down for the empowered auto attack. Double kill for
3 for 3 so far.
3 for 3. Kick is over there. They're trying to give the kill over to him. Can he get it before he goes down? No, and that is a 4 for 3.
Wow.
AOE coming out on top. Cerberus getting a good amount of shutdowns, but once again, just absolute crazy damage coming out from Tears of Winter. He did go down in the fight, at the end of that fight, rather.
Yeah, but he was able to get his rotations off, right? His Chaos Storm, everything was there, and don't underestimate that set damage, man. Like, that's a lot of damage coming out from him. I believe he got like a really good shield. His Haymaker was a really nice true damage Haymaker he got onto a lot of the members. He essentially came out almost untouched, it felt like nobody hit him. All the attention went on to Tears of Winter and Rock Boom, and yeah, they went down, but like you said, Winter got his damage off, got the Chaos Storm, got, I believe, 2 cooldowns of his Death Laser, his Q, like, he was able to dish out just enough damage for them to eke the fight out, but it is getting scary, right? If CBR get another engage like that, if they're able to just pick off Rock Boom and Tears of Winter without any response, it gets scarier. Just that damage coming out from ShamWow, like you said, he was able to pick up a kill. But unfortunately, Inferno Trigger wasn't able to pick everybody up. Yeah. And we were talking about the lack of damage on Cerberus' side, right? We were saying, well, Galio's not going to build a crazy amount of damage. He's going to be more utility. It's going to be up to Camille and Samira to really, really push that envelope. And AOE has multiple damage threats. Yeah, they have Victor and Phyllis as their main carries, but Seth is no slouch. Seth's no slouch. He will do a lot of damage. He's building Gore Drinker, right? He's not going for tank set. He's going to get Q resets. He's going to get, true damage Haymakers. He's going to do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of a lot of damage, that was just 1 Q2? Jesus, that's insane. Tears of Winter has to play buddy system with whomever. Heximus is down here right now, and oh no, here is Cerulean as well. They're trying to get onto ShamWow. They know he does a lot of damage. He's stepping forward, trying to go for the assassination. Here comes the Galio ultimate coming in, gives him enough resistance to stay alive for a hot second. There is, he turned back around and shut down. Tears of Winter is down, but they don't have enough damage to clean it up as they are chasing onto Cerulean. There is a reset. When becomes lightning, gets jumped through, one gets the kill. As they're going back into the fight, Exhaust has been dropped. Rock Boom is in a terrible, Dot is in a terrible position as he will get dropped. Rock Boom nowhere to be found in that fight. He's cleaning up mid lane as Heximus will be running away, and CBR once again with a great combo engage. Like we were talking about ShamWow going away, but no, going
R plus R, man. R plus R.
And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what combo it could be. It could be Galio Camille, it could be Galio Zen. Hell, it could even be Galio Gragas if they time it correctly, but it's just R plus R every time.
Yeah, and AoE just not respecting that, right? Like, it was so crazy because initially we thought, well, what is ShamWow doing going back in? Then we saw the Galio ultimate. Then we saw the boys coming in. We saw, Duan come in. We saw Gragas coming in, killer unit on the Gragas, Greco. They were all there ready to follow up. 3-man knockup, and yeah, ShamWow went down, but 1 for 3, almost 1 for 4. You're saying worth every time into your Cerberus. And that is just the power of this team comp. Even though they're down 2,000-3,000 gold, you can't get baited into these fights as AOE. You have to temper your aggression. You have to make sure that when they're engaging, you have the tools to, like you said, catch it. They're a giant baseball mitt, right? And they have to catch this baseball. They have to catch it. And if they don't, if they drop it, in this case, they're going to pay with 3-4 lives. And this dragon's coming up, and we're going to see. Ultimates are down for Galio. He might have it up for this fight, for this dragon fight.
Yeah.
He will. Yeah, and so now it's going to be who has the positioning
cap.
as. Oh!
They get caught!
Killer unit!
In the middle! Right in the middle. Pants down. The front of the trigger is proc. That is so much healing coming out. You were talking about them trying to catch a baseball. They had to catch a boulder, and ain't none of them Chris Redfield, baby, because AOE is dropping left and right. CBR is in the mix. Diving forward does go ShamWow. Will get tagged up a bit, but that flash haymaker doesn't take him, will burn him down. Tears of Winter does have that Leandry's burn. They are trying to turn onto this. 4 versus 3. It is 2 members dead, but the life bars are in the advantage side of AOE. They are going to try and start this dragon. They do have the
blue buff.
Victor blue buff. That is actually scary. They are going to start it, not backing off. It doesn't look like CBR is going to try and give this. Yes, here is everybody. Still, it's a 3v3 situation.
Terrain control.
TP's not available for anybody to jump in, and yes, the gravity field will stall them, but jumping in, the ultimate comes back out. Turn around, guys. They are split from the fight as he's burning down. Leandry's might burn. Dodges the Q. Has enough to jump in. Gets one, becomes lightning. There's the proc on. He jumps in. Will get the kill in front of Trigger. Proc again. Shut down, shut down, shut down. Greco is trying to do it. He is OP, but not OP enough. Will drop a here. ShamWow back again with the ultimate charge. The TP in. There's going to be the kill. Yes, that is 1. Yes, that would be 2. No, the flash from Heximus allowing him to get out, but he's not stopping. He's jumping forward. Touches out. The resonating strike. Oh my god, non-stop action left and right. Yes, they secured the Drake's AOE. Yes, they stopped that, but CBR come back with some more kills in their pocket, trying to close this goal lead. Only 2,000 apiece.
Take a breath. Take some water, beautiful Crow. You deserve it. That was a long and drawn-out fight. You snuck the Chris Redfield Resident Evil reference in there, and there was more to come. Tears of Winter almost turning that fight around single-handedly. Perfectly timed Zanya's everything. He tried his hardest, but CBR just coming in, pressing the W key or clicking forward, coming out with multiple shutdowns. Gold in the favor of AOE. Dragon going over to AOE, so not the worst trade overall, but a lot of gold going into the pockets of CBR here as they ultimately traded. I believe it was a 3 for 4 if it's all said and done. I know ShamWow kind of left and came back into the fight with his TP. Yeah, very, very hectic fight, and it was unfortunate that it was Tears of Winter and then the rest of the team was on the other side. You have to believe that if, you know, Set and Lee Sin are on that side with them, if they're with that Victor, that fight goes very, very differently. The kiting from Victor is so scary. Gravity Field, Chaos Storm, like you said, it was, yeah, it's really hard. Victor almost caught them, right? Almost caught them in the mitt, in the glove, as you say. But yeah, CBR just too much fire, too much heat, you know, going forward, and a lot of mechanical misplays in that fight, or I would say just a lot of missed abilities. Galio ultimate going wide. You know, wind becomes lightning, not hitting all of them. It just, you know, those are those tense fights that, you know, Victor's abilities.
Difference.
Yeah, pixel difference.
Little pixel difference, and that is so scary to say. How, like, that's how close this game is. Even in that last leg of the fight near the blue buff, Duan had like literally 1 HP on the Xin Zhao, still didn't back, got the Wind Becomes Lightning, got the knockup proc, jumped in before he died to allow Greco to be in there to get those passive procs and to allow ShamWow to come in and be able to get those kills. Surprisingly though, Heximus still has not died. The man has a 500 gold shutdown bounty on him, and he's 5-0-4. He's playing to the absolute extreme on this champion. It's, oh my god. It's insane.
Yeah, it's it's unfortunate that, you know, when you look on the side of AOE, one of their carries, one of their win conditions is just not where he needs to be itemization wise, right? You look at Greco OP, she's got the shield bow, she's got the collector going, she's building towards what looks like an LDR or another, you know, almost on the cusp of another item. Well, if you're looking at affiliates for like Rockboom, he just hasn't been picking up, unfortunately, any of the kills. He does finally finish the Lord Dominic's regard here, so has Shield Bow Lord Dominic's. Hopefully he can pick up some kills here, because if he gets online, if he gets farmed, if he gets items, those fights look very, very different. Right now, AOE is hanging on, you know, with Tears of the Winter, right? He is just playing really, really exceptionally well, and Hex Impact is playing. Sorry, Hex Miss, not Hex Impact. Hex Miss is playing very, very well here. 5-0-4, like you said, but a couple more of those fights, a couple more of CBR just using their abilities just a little bit better, and AOE dies. As I can't believe it. Next Dragon's up. That fight was only 5 minutes ago. We're back.
Yep, we're back and they're jumping in. There's a TP on the backside. Great blast plant will completely shut down the advanced stopwatch. Was procced from ShamWow. Will get the Hextech ultimatum off. But what? Oh my god, that damage on the side. Greco wants to kill. Tears of Winter is running for his life. He does manage to get him down. Shut down left and right. Doing it on a killing spree. But on the backside, going back in. Double kill for Tears of Winter, fighting the dragon.
Help by that Rockboom!
Rockboom finally gets himself a kill on the board. ShamWow is the only one on his team to stay alive, but AOE get the better of the Cerberus gang in that fight, and that's another dragon for them, as ShamWow, he'll go ahead and take a turret for his trouble, try and knock it down before getting attacked. Tears of Winter is there, but not able to get that kill. Yeah, that meat grinder fight, all fighting in that corner. This is one of those times I wish you had the replay tool, because all of them ganging up in that one little corner to try to get the catch onto Dot. It was just...
Yeah, he got a fat haymaker. Like a
haymaker into the glacial fissure. Him and Carillion really stalled, got a lot of damage off. And that just on the back side though, you had Tears of Winter and AOE Rockboom untouched, able to flank around the side. ShamWow TP'd in to scare them off, but he went forward instead of going right. So it's just the minor decisions we were talking about in these fights really changing the tone of this, and AOE are starting to look like they have this one in an open shut case, but Cerberus is not going to get it in fight.
Yeah, 2k gold lead. The gold hasn't, you know, really waned higher than that, right? We were around 2.53 at one point, but it's kind of been kept in that very, very tight capacity, and that was just an amazing play by Dot, right? Getting into the thick of it, getting into the middle of everything, knowing how much damage you take, how much CC, how long you can be CC for, and getting that beautiful haymaker. Got a lot of true damage off too. That's why you saw a lot of those tanks, they lost quite a bit of their health there, and the glacial failure just keeping them in there, allowing the chaos storm, allowing the death laser to do so much damage. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
He has the death cap. I don't think you have the ability to do so. The Gallia ultimate will come in, but that's just a bait. As he will get engaged on, there is the Everfrost. There's the Winds of War. The damage might be there, as the gravity film will stop him.
Get the E in. Oh, the damage.
Oh, flash auto death. 2 dead for Cerberus. This might be Baron for AOE. I mean, there is still a good amount of damage for Cerberus. There is no Tears of Winter. He does have TP. He can come in at any time he wants to. He will back. They are engaging on to...
Wait, he TP'd in with no help?
He didn't back. He didn't finish the back. Wow, he decided not to finish the back. Redemption will heal them up a little bit. Yeah, there's no way AOE can get this Baron. They're going to have to back off. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, their most fed member on their team doing the most damage is Tears of Winter with all this magic damage, and the most magic resist item that is on the side of Cerberus is the Locket of the Iron Solari for Killer Unit. So they don't have any sort of defensive options. You know, the Hexstreaker could definitely have been built by some of these carries by now, not so much by Greco, because, you know, you need passives and whatnot, but it's at that point now, late game Victor's taking over. He's fed, he has his items, AOE has the AOE, so to speak, to close the casket on this game too.
Yeah, and Rockboom is getting to that scary point, slowly but surely, right? He's not on Tears of Winter's level yet, but he's He's got a BF sword. He's got a pickaxe. He's got the IE. He's IE waiting room right now, right? One more fight, a couple more minions. He gets that. Now you have to fight into 2 carries. Tears of Winter playing really real. Tears of Winter and Dot have really carried these fights and have really, used their champions to the utmost excellence, right? They have been playing to knife's edge at the limit, and you name it, whatever you want to use as the fight breaks out.
Great use of the ultimate from Rockroom. Unfortunately, not able to collapse on that. As they have Baron though, they have the siege potential. They can just go in. Most of Cerberus is running back to the fountain, having to recharge. They're going to give up this inhibitor because they can't take any more. In the top lane, however, Dot versus ShamWow. Not sure if this is a fight that he can win. The super minions, the Baron empowered minions rather, are on his side. It's a 4v4 in the base as they are running away. And yeah, ShamWow is trying to thin this wave, keep some sort of pressure up across the map. Oh my god, that Q2 definitely does a lot of damage. But hey, he'll just regen it up. And yeah, that's
he'll walk away. He'll walk away and regen it up, like you said. He'll even back because he's got the increased back timers here. AOE picks up the middle inhibitor, taking it slow. Understand that even though they have the banner, they have the lead. Cerberus does have that go button. As Duan has left the game, he's coming back to the Twitch chat. Actually, he's back in the game. Never mind. We have him as we unfortunately are getting some disconnect and connection issues here. But yeah, Cerberus has that go button. They have that switch where if you do step a little too far forward, killer unit will flash ER you. Like he's been playing really, really well on this Gragas support, I think. He's been getting the engages off, using the casket for both engage and disengage. It's just unfortunate that Victor is at a point where he's almost 6 items. He wants to fight.
Oh, speaking of wanting to fight, AOE is on the hunt as the ultimates are coming down, but look at the kiting back. Oh, that cast though! The shield's not enough as like really out the rock move. Absolutely insane. Penta! This man, God, you blink and you missed it, and this man gets the Penta in the mix of all of that. 200 years, the feature film, part 5. It's in the bag. AOE get the ace. That's the surrender coming out, and that is game 2 going to AOE crowd control. Holy crap.
That looked like a really good engage coming out from Cerberus, right? They got the Galio ultimate layered on top of the Camille ultimate. I was fully expecting the Inferno trigger to start coming in. I expected the Devil May Cry music to ring in my ears right now. Unfortunately, Aphelios completely stuffs all of that out. Beautiful positioning. I even believe Winter got all of his damage off, right? Put the Chaos Storm, did the Gravity Field, got the Zanias off, and 200 years, right? I said it. I was like, Aphelios is now looking very, very strong. He's at that point. He's sitting on IE. I believe he got the IE, and then they grouped mid, and he was just able to lay into him. I would love to see what guns he had in that fight. It might have been red and white.
I believe
was it Gravitum?
I think Gravitum for the lockdown, and then he had the Severum, the red gun for the healing, I want to say. But he just managed to get. There was so much because you literally saw all of the champions of Cerberus move and then just stop, and the haymaker from Dot helped that out too.
Oh yeah, Dot's haymakers have been.
Oh my. It was actually insane how much
it's Haymaker Glacial Fissure, right? Haymaker Glacial
Fissure. And then all the aggression just completely stopped. The Locket Shield was not enough. The itemization on the side of Cerberus was very lacking, especially that far into the game. Only one person building Grievous Wounds against a set and against your
Aphelios.
Like,
it gets rough. Dicey, right? Because we knew what Cerberus wanted to do, and they executed it pretty well. It's just in team fights they couldn't get like the dream scenario, right? Where they get like a 3-man knockup, a 4-man knockup. When they killed Victor into that bottom side, when they got that crazy, I believe they traded or got 3 kills. They killed Victor, they killed Lee Sin, and they ended up killing the Braum as well because Camille baited them into a fight. She uses her Hextech ultimatum, and then Galio came in with the, I believe, heroic entrance is the move or the ability, and they were able to pick up 3 clean kills. It's just when it got into that meat grinder, like we talked about, Victor getting those 2 early kills very early on in the game just accelerated him forward. He was hitting like a truck, and he was a lot slipperier than Cerberus probably was expecting, right? With the Zanyas, with the move speed Q, everything like that. So very well played from AOE. Dot and Winter played those fights exceptionally well. I think those haymakers, you take out one of those haymakers, Cerberus wins those fights, right?
Yeah,
those true damage, fully stacked haymakers were really just icing on the cake in terms of just how much damage they really needed, because Killer Unit was playing really well in the Gragas. He was using his casket to disengage very well, splitting up the team, not allowing allowing them to really layer all their abilities. It's just unfortunate, right? Cerberus had a game plan. They came in, they executed up to a point very well, but then just AOE got too far ahead. Tears of Winter got too far ahead.
Winter, oh my god.
And then Dot just refused to lose here. But that was just game 2. Beautiful Crow. That was just game 2 of the Vanguard League quarterfinals. We are going to throw it to a very short break as we get everybody set up into the pro draft for game 3 of Cerberus versus AOE Phenomenon in the Aegis Vanguard League quarterfinals. Mankind knew they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beast. I'm Pone Star Shippy here with the Beautiful Crow for game 3 of AOE versus Cerberus. And we're getting straight into pick and ban, as AOE is going to ban out the LeBlanc. And for anybody tuning in right now, Cerberus is using an emergency sub, an E-sub, their jungler. So they have lost 2 bans every game, which hasn't really deterred them that much. I mean, their banning strategy has just been ban out AOE's support champion pool, I guess, and AOE gonna take the Ziggs away this time around. What will they first pick here is the question. Last time they rotated the Xin Zhao. This time they might just pick up the Lee Sin. Who knows? I mean, it looked like Hexmans was way more comfortable on that Lee Sin, going 5-0-11. Didn't die once last game. AOE picking up the win off the back of Tears of Winter, Tears of Winter and Dot. But they are going to go for the Lee Sin here. They will trade the Xin Zhao, and I'm expecting Xin Zhao to be picked up, and then possibly an ADC. I would say probably like a Kaisa or something else, because it just felt like Greco couldn't. Ooh, a Viego maybe? Oh, yeah. Wow. We're actually going to pick the Viego here.
Yeah, rotating through that trinity of junglers, Lee Sin, Xin Zhao, Viego. It's going to happen all series long, I feel. But yeah, I really am questioning the one first round ban that Cerberus gets is the Thresh. Once again, I think if I were them, I'd be more afraid of Tears of Winter's Victor than Corellian's Thresh. It's a lot easier to play around a Thresh than it is the Victor, who's did well in game 1 and then carried game 2.
Yeah, it's Cerberus did take game 1, but it wasn't, because of Winter not playing, good, right? He played fine. He played, he did his job the best he could. It's just, unfortunately, their team was just taking, really weird fights. Dot and Corellian were engaging a little bit too far ahead for AOE, as they are going to take this Victor, like you mentioned. And Cerberus, I think they knew that was coming. That's why they're just pulling the Syndra. They're like, okay, take Victor. We're going to put Syndra into you. They've matched it with Ziggs. Yeah. They've tried to match it, with a different champion. And now they're going to go for the Syndra instead. So 3 different looks coming out from Cerberus. I think Ziggs, I did the best, but it was more of like a neutralized pick rather than like, I'm going to win, I'm going to beat lane kind of pick, right?
Yeah, it's interesting to see, because I feel like it's more that match them in lane thing, because they went with the Galio. Galio's whole thing is, I'm going to be everywhere.
Not laning.
All the time.
Yeah, not laning.
Right. So they want to go back to the well of keep this man in lane, keep him as even as possible, so to speak. So the Syndra should do something about it in that vein.
Oh, Varus being picked up here. Really nice. I think the issue as well with CPR's composition is that they don't just have a way to reach Winter reliably. So they're gonna go for trying to poke him out instead. I assume it's gonna be a poke Varus. It could be on hit. You can, depending on how you build and your runes, it all dependent. But I really think they're gonna go for this poke Varus and just really try to get them off of these objectives, because LPL teams run like a Jace Varus composition, and it is so disgusting, right? Because you just can't walk up to objective. As CBR, gonna ban the Leona, gonna ban the Braum instead of the Nautilus now. So AOE taking Gangplank off the board, not letting CBR's top laner get that, and we're gonna see what they ban here as their 5th and final ban. Is it Tristana? Is it Kai'Sa? Is it Samira? Last time when they were around, they banned ADCs.
They did, yeah. They went for all the marksman bans. I feel like they're gonna try and pinch the support pool of CBR and gonna go for the Galio.
I guess they're afraid of the Galio support. Mid laner was locked in here. I was thinking it was, I was wrongly assuming that it was gonna be Tristana Kai'Sa, even though CBR locked in their ADC. But yeah, I guess they're just afraid of the Galio support in this aspect. Now CBR, they do have the Nautilus here, which is the last remaining hook engaged champion. AOE could pick a Gragas for themselves. They can go with an Enchanter. I mean, the world is kind of their ocean here on what they want to pick. Is that a set support? Yeah, it's set support. Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
I like that. I like that adaptation.
It's been a while since we've seen some set support.
Can really punish Nautilus. Yeah. Can really punish Nautilus, right?
Very good at punishing Nautilus.
Can do the face pull. The Haymaker is really nice, and the extended trades. I mean, when you get the ultimate, having a big beefy Nautilus ulting it into the Varus is really nice. As they are gonna pair it up with
a Vayne.
They're gonna pair it up with a Vayne, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with this pick. I feel like Vayne's short range. I don't really know what they can do here, right? Who is he gonna hit? It's Nautilus, and is it Jax? Is it Jackson to Camille?
Is it? It might be.
Ooh, Cannon. Oh, you're toying with me, CVR. Oh, they go to Shen.
Give it to me. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
They go with the Shen instead here. So, okay, Vayne has 2 targets to hit now, the Shen and the Nautilus. But Shen is one of those champions that just kind of negates a lot of AoE's damage, right? The auto attack base, right? The W.
Auto attack.
If Varus just stands in the W, it's like Vayne can't hit her. Camille won't be able to hit him. Set won't be able to hit him. It's really just Tears of Winter, and that's it. Cerberus's comp, they really like those globals or semi-globals and really liking to, do the whole, gang up on you and unfair man advantage kind of fights. Well, AoE Phenomenon, it feels like they're now picking more towards these team fight compositions, right? Especially since they have a Victor player, a very strong Victor player. They can just play around these objective team fights and really pick anything around it. The Vayne seems out of place, but if Rock Boom is really confident, if he's going to take that exhaust again, he can get those 1v1s onto Varus, and Varus is not going to be able to do much. He can get 1v1s pretty much onto anybody of Cerberus, except maybe Syndra, just because of how much damage she can bring up front with the, Unleash Power and Stun and Q and everything like that, depending on how many orbs she has out. But yeah, Phenomenon's composition, AoE Phenomenon's composition is very, very scrappy, it seems like. Like at a certain point, they want to fight, they want to pick you off, they want to try to divide you in these fights and really just get a lot of damage out. The single target damage from Phenomenon is insane.
Yeah, that's very much single target damaging. And we were talking about the Shin from Cerberus. That's something I want to watch a lot of, because that's a pretty easy matchup. Camille Shin. If he does know the Shin combos well enough, that's going to be a cakewalk, in all honesty. So once again, it's going to be up to Hexmist to be that early game agent, to be that saving grace to help out. And we're talking about how much that Cerberus does love these globals. We have a pretty great champion with a pretty great global. They
have Cerberus also has Viego right there. a Shen shielded Viego, they can go for like some sort of submarine kind of composition where Duan's deep diving, into the mist, and then Shen R's in, and then now you have a Shen on top of you, and you're like, wait a minute, when did this happen? And then he gets a 3-man, 4-man taunt. Like you said, if Cerberus, his top laner, knows his combos, knows to deflect the hook shot with his W, can taunt her into the tower, can use the Q, pull it back, get the shield, get the empowered auto. Like, this is gonna be hopefully an easy matchup for him. And then at that point, he just needs to R Nautilus. He just needs to R one of his teammates, get an unfair man advantage fight situation. 5-man bot if you have to, because Duan on this Viego, he carried game 1. At a certain point, he just started getting resets. He just started getting champions. He started, doing the possessions and really affecting these fights. And you don't want a repeat of that.
Right.
If you're a Phenomenon, you want to have, a dial on this guy. You want to make sure you know where he is at all times in every single fight and really try to focus him out, because Cerberus's game plan is stun, catch you out, possibly with Varus Qs, poke you out, and just not let you enter these fights because of all the terrain control they have. And last time Cerberus had a terrain control comp, they did very, very well. So we'll see.
We will see, yeah, and I'm just really interested to see on ShamWow. We've seen him on Camille this whole series, and now here he is on a Shin, completely different style to play. So, does have a decent 61% win rate, I guess.
It's just 61.
Pretty decent, I would say. Not a lot of games played, but a lot of them are wins. I will give him that. So, definitely knows how to play the champion, just has not played it a lot. Hopefully, into AOE, he'll be able to play it perfectly, as this composition, Cerberus has it's a little different than what we saw the last game, and still pretty different from what we saw the first game, but it has a lot of damage, and they have a good damage spread with the mixed damage coming out from not only Varus, but also Shin does mixed damage, as well as the AP damage coming out from Syndra. So they're in a pretty good spot. This is going to be a good scrap. It's 1-1 apiece. So look,
yeah,
a game or so to go. With that being said, we're going to get everything synced up. Players are ready. We will see you in a moment for game 3 between AOE Phenomenon and Cerberus.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, here we are. Game 3. Cerberus versus AOE. Ooh, it rhymed. I'm so clean with it. But also, Shivy, let's get into this matchup. We saw AOE last game completely turn everything on its head with Winter oh my god.
Yeah, Tears of Winter.
Showing why this Victor is so strong.
Yeah, now he has to go against Syndra. Right, he's got a different matchup. He's played Victor into now 3 different matchups. I fully expect him to play into 5 different matchups if this goes to 5 games. You know what I mean? Right. As Rockboom is going to take the cleanse actually onto the Vayne, which is not a bad choice. I like it into Nautilus, into Syndra. Like, one Syndra stun can just ruin you, right? As we actually see ShamWow taking the Ignite into Camille, so he's going to have a quite a bit of kill threat if Camille doesn't play this correctly, because Camille did go flash TP instead of TP Ignite. So he's not going to have that like crazy dominant map pressure. Like, he is going to get punished now when he ultimates. He can't just like ult bot, then TP top and catch the wave. But I think CBR is just, they were really trusting ShamWow to use these ultimates effectively on the Shen and just get kills out of him, because either ShamWow is super confident in his laning and he thinks he can get the solo kill, or CBR as a team is just very confident in him having kill threat and, letting him miss 1, 2, 3 waves possibly in the top lane if he ult spot, and just really getting maximum effectiveness out of those ultis.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. The ultis, like... Oh god, I'm just really interested in seeing how CBR is gonna play this. Like,
oh, that might be a solo kill.
Yeah.
That's scary.
He should be able to get the pull. Ooh, yeah, that's close. Yeah, Shin does see a lot of people. underestimate the early Shin damage with a combo. Like if you get the, because you can get your Q combo off twice if you time it correctly in
In a taunt.
in an exchange.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah.
most people just go like Q auto, like taunt auto Q, but like getting that Q for the shield into the taunt, in the last 3 seconds Q again, you can get 6 procs of the empowered auto. Yeah, there's the taunt, hold the Q, does not get the autos off, spaces them out, yeah, because the cooldown on it will come up faster. So it's just a little bit of a Shin tech that a lot of Shins will use to be able to get 6 empowered autos off in each trade, and it does a lot of damage to, especially the squishies. So not having to watch out for that.
Oh,
Watch
Hexvis.
out. Oh, did he use the taunt?
I think he did.
I think he did.
Oh, he's just gonna. Oh, Viego's here. He is stalling so well. Wow.
Stall.
That-
You can. Use under the tower pulls. Use under the tower pulls. He does have the field. Look at the perfect Q. No! Flash! Hook shot auto. That's first
One?
blood. But the reset gets the Q. Yeah, that's what you want. Has a double buffs. Does not go in. No ward to hop. Well, he does have the ward to hop with, but opting not to do it in front of the tower. A lot committed for
Cerulean.
Very
gonna-
low.
Oh, that's kind of a clean. I like that. Get the haymaker. Yeah, that was kind of nice. That was good. All right, Rockfu. All right, Rockfu. I see you. I see you too. You got the synergy going. That's nice. Guaranteed haymaker damage and condemn him in the wall so he cannot do anything back.
Yeah, a little bit late on that though, because as he was already out of range for most continued follow-up. But yeah, that unfortunate first blood not able to get as well. ShamWow's in the bottom river. Okay, interesting. As he does make his way back up top, we do see that Duon is deep within Hexmas jungle. Gonna take away some camps. We want to go ahead and back. Yeah, just now that they're really, with how explosive these first 2 games are, they have started about the same. Slow build up to
a big
pickup
and then
one
top
fight.
lane is where the first kills always happen, right? And Dot was usually on the receiving end. He does get a kill onto the Camille, gets that sheen, but Viego, Duon picking up the kill on the Viego is very, very scary because he can do a lot of damage as we saw in game 1 on this pick, right?
Yeah, we definitely saw it.
He can carry, he can get the resets, he can get the kill confirms if he needs to. His mid lane is kind of just 2 control mages going at it back and forth, shoving waves into each other, trying to Viper positioning, maybe help their junglers out if they're going to invade. But really, this top lane is where I expect a lot of the jungle attention to go to. Nobody's going for that first dragon just yet. Everybody's still a little bit cautious around it. It looks like AOE has the bot prio for it. Mid prio is there. If Victor can get the shove, he is winning the HP trade, it looks like, just based off of the corrupting potions and how they just... A lot of mid laners that start that corrupting potion, they want to trade super, super aggressive, right? They want to burn as many resources as they can from the enemy mid laner. He's going to go for the solo kill. He gets the Winter!
That was a bait. Bartolomeus tried to bait out the gank from Duon coming in, but he was far too low to stay there for that long. As soon as Winter hits 6, pops the ultimate, goes in, and speaking of another bait up top, there's the taunt in, no flash, no shield. Hexmix gets the kill on the Sham. Wow.
Oh, here's the Winter going for a touchdown.
Gets to execute. Man, unfortunate. CBR kind of faltering here on this first few minutes, first half bit of this game. I see the plays they're going for, but they're just not getting the right timings on them.
Yeah, it's CBR just getting baited out, right? Like the solo kill from Victor, not respecting him, and then just the aggressive taunt in and not even be able to use their ignite. And now CBR will pick up the dragon because Hexmas was top lane. Good trade there. They pick up the mountain dragon, which is a nice dragon to have. Extra resistances are always really nice in the early laning phase, or just in the laning phase in general, as Ocean Dragon will be the next one. So we'll potentially get an Infernal or a Cloud Soul, as Duon is just content on farming, picking up minions, getting Scuttle Crab and everything. And for everything that's happened, it's only about a 1.3k gold lead, and CBR has come back from this before. Game 1, they were down 1.5, 2k gold lead, and between these two teams in both games, the gold hasn't really exploded back and forth. It hasn't been like a 2,000 here, 5,000 there. It's relatively just stayed within the 1 to 1.7k status as ShamWow is going to E out. Has his ultimate available now, so he's definitely going to look to make an impact.
Now keep eating those. Unleash power comes out, but so does the gravity field. Junglers are both here on both sides. Sonic Wave goes out, does not land, but Winter just does so much damage. Bartolmeus is not having a great time in this matchup, and like, I don't know if that's just a skill gap or is that a champion difference, because it's just, usually you see it as like 50-50 or so. But the skill is going definitely leaning to the side of Winter as he's just oppressing Bartolmeus pretty heavily. And it's like we talked about the first 2 games, them not baiting out this Victor for the 3rd game. I do think that's a big mistake on CBR's part, because he's shown time and time again that if he does not get any attention paid to him, he will become a problem.
Yeah, and I like this early, Merc Treads pickup from Victor here. Oh my god, sorry.
He's dying! Yeah,
I
do like the Merc Treads pickup, yeah. Make sure her arcane comments, her orbs don't hurt near as much as they should.
Yeah.
And the stun for the tenacity is just a great pickup.
Yeah, and there's a lot of CC on the side of CBR here, right? The Nautilus, the Varus, the Shenton, even as a dive is coming out in the top lane.
4v2, that's unlucky. Haymaker goes out, Hexamix gets the kill on the ShamWow. Will get a rekill. There's the resets that he would want as Doolin trying to fight for his life. He's fighting for his life up here.
The Viego!
Not managed to get another reset, but will get a double kill gifted over to Hexamix. The fight is still on though, as we do have Bartolmeus up here. Orbs are down, but
is he? Oh, melee range!
Shit, ulti, perfect timing! ShamWow with the Mad Lad assist coming through. And that's what you want, That's the Shin stand united. The first ones are always the most important, and that one was very important.
Yeah, Syndra picking up 2 kills in that whole exchange, in that little shenanigan in the top lane. CBR coming out on top, gold-wise. 200 gold, not a crazy amount, as Camille's gonna get. Nautilus ulted. Yeah, she's just gonna hook shot out. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they're backing. They're just like, okay, I just want to get the shove, man. Can you just leave? So he just depth charges him. Herald actually in the hands of Hexmist here, so they will be able to use it. And AOE has just had really, really good Herald control. Right? Throughout all the games. Games 1 and 2, they had really good Herald control. Both first and second, they've used it to really good effectiveness. As now, are they going to try to redive Shen here? They do have the personnel. They have the personnel. They have the Victor here with the magic damage, so they're going to get significant damage onto him. Hopefully, they're bringing 4
back. Yep, the TP is coming out, so Bartolmeus will join him, but also on the back here is Doolin. Not going to be able to catch on anybody. Victor gravity field perfectly, keeping them away. The mist is there, will push them out. But yes, once they get, they're trying to knock down this top tower, put ShamWow further behind, make sure he's not an agent in this game. But it's sacking them on the bot side because Greco
is picking up
does a lot of damage to this tower. As there's no way, but yeah, he's picking up lots of CS. Oh, the hook landed!
He's dead!
Lethality arrow flies. That's a kill. That's what you don't want in a lane swap, for your solo laner to get bullied out and taken down by the duo lane. So that will go the way of CBR, but once right back at it again.
Oh, back at it with the white Vans coming on top.
Yes, they're competing for first tower.
Oh, will they get this? I think the Herald's gonna get first tower.
Yep. They will get first tower. Oh, killer unit backing there. Oh man.
I guess they wanted to give the plate gold, like solo plate gold, as now hookshot comes in.
Oh, Hextech made him there. Will be able to survive long enough. He does have heal. Oh my god, flash! We'll get the kill, but in the end, get cleaned up. Killer unit credit. Getting
that's unfortunate.
Collapsed on. Yeah, unfortunate indeed. As man in the mid lane, Rock Boom had to burn the final hour ultimate. Apparently too much damage coming out for Bartimaeus. Oh my god. Under the tower, gets kicked up.
Oh!
Strike lands. He's ignited, but the health healing region will come back. Will come in handy.
Clean. That was clean. That man's been
like
that man watched Shang-Chi, bro. That guy that guy hit him with the 1-2, man. Ultimate Q, Sonic Wave, just bursted Shen out, and Shen's not that tanky. Went for the chem tank actually here for, I guess, just the engage. Usually you see Shen's build a Frostfire, but I guess they just need that extra little oomph. I guess they just want to be able to somehow reach the backline and get that move speed onto the Shen and really get that taunt going. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but it's not the worst, right? All three of the Bammy Cinder items are really, really good. Depending on what you want to do and how you want to play the fights. The one thing about CBR is that their Varus got a lot of turret plates. He got a lot of gold to himself. Picked up a kill as well, and he's got his Duskblade. He's gonna be getting his Muramana pretty soon as well. He's gonna hurt when these objectives start coming up. When AOE wants to start contesting these, he's gonna hit you with max range Qs, fully charged Qs, and you're gonna take a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the amount of damage that can be coming in these team fights is going to be ridiculous. I'm trying to get go around the Kim Tank build for ShamWow. I definitely would have preferred the Frostfire or even the Sunfire at this point. Engage is basically always there. I guess I just want a more reliable engage, so to speak, especially with the AOE, with the passive active coming out and whatnot with the burst. But hey, it could work. It might work. It has to work. Because
it has to work for CBR. Yeah, gold is dead even at this point, and I feel like I've said that statement multiple times this series, right? Game 1, Game 2. Oh, gold's dead even. Gold's really close. These two teams very, very equally matched, and you have to think that if CBR isn't using a sub jungler, imagine how this series goes, right? I mean, they're putting up a fight with an emergency sub jungler they probably have never scrimmed with. They might have played some flex games with before this match, but they're putting up a fight, and it just goes to show you the skill level of these players, the adaptability from these players. Sorry, as we are getting a second Herald fight. CBR is here first, and yeah, it's going to be a menace to just walk into that. That's a Varus, right? That's Varus Qs, that's R's, that's a Syndra stun, Syndra orbs, you have Mist coming out, you have Shen taunt threatening it, or Shen stand united. They're actually going to try to fight this.
They are fighting it, they are going in. They think they can take this, they think they have the ability to shut down is there from Winter. As in the pit, the resets are coming out. Duon, he flashes forward and gets the kill onto
on set.
Hey, he does get, yes, but no, the Hex Mist, Lee Sin, Gap Baby comes in with the clutch. As Rock is on the run, as takes 2 tower shots. Can Duon get out? I don't think he can. No, he's in the mist. And then goes for the stun. Tries to heal up, but no. Heximus is just so strong at this point, and he will go on a killing spree, and that will give him another kill. Yes, CBR got the Herald, but all the kills will go the way of AOE.
Yeah, that's 4 kills, it looks like, that went to the way of AOE here. Shen was just unable to use a Stand United. He could not get back far enough, so he would get interrupted by hook shot, Hextech Ultimatum, you name it, right? He would have gotten interrupted. Unfortunate play from ShamWow. I feel like you just back up into a bush, and if they're at an objective, if CBR or Cerberus is at an objective, you should be ready with the Stand United, because that fight was pretty close. Duon was getting the resets. It's just Greco and Bartimaeus just kind of got bursted out. They got set ulted into Chaos Storm, into Gravity Field, and it just felt like they couldn't really get a lot of their damage out. Don't think they really did the best job of also trying to zone them out. Like, I think Varus threw like 1 or 2 Qs, and it was like, all right, well, I did my job. I think I zoned him out.
The tuxedo mask meme. My work here is done.
Yeah,
but
my work. That exactly. That's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah.
As Vane's gonna go for the 1v1 onto ShamWow.
He could get it. He definitely can get it. ShamWow's under level. Does not have the correct items. Flashes a little late.
Oh, Greco's gonna burn this?
Oh no, he's not. The autos empowered auto coming in from Winter. The man is starting to get scary. But speaking of scary, here is Doom trying to take a 2v1 into this bot lane. He's trying to get onto Dropper, and he will just lifesteal away as the TP's coming in. Here comes Bartimaeus on the backside, but he's way out of position.
Oh!
Suicide! But pops the ultimate, Unleash Power comes through, and Hex is on a killing spree. Oh, no, 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 no. Right in time for Dragon. AOE. Clean it up, boys, because y'all have this game in the bag, as Duan is behind enemy lines, trying to get out. Dashing between two towers.
Luckily for Cerberus, it is a Cloud Drake, so they're not really worried. They're not really putting a bunch of overemphasization onto the Cloud Soul, as now Duan's not going to be able to get out. I don't think so.
Hextech ultimatum. Does have a lot of damage. Is there, but here is the rest of the team. Can they survive long enough? No. Cerulean working the kill credit onto Duan. The rest of AOE is running. We have the Cloud Drake. Flash, Dredge line, put down. As
Hexus from the back.
The credit, yes, on the backside is Hexus. Not going to go for that. Didn't think they could take that 3v3 fight. So they're just going to go ahead and let the kill go over and get good counterattack from CBR. Yeah, totally fine giving over that Cloud Drake. But CBR is starting to show a lot of cracks in their armor. Maybe it's the fatigue from this series. They are down only 2k. In every game, they haven't really been down a lot of gold. And it's just the fights that they're taking, like that's the degree of closeness to these games. Yes, another turret going over the way of Cerberus is they're fighting.
I don't know if he wants to fight.
He needs to leave.
Yeah, he needs to dip. He needs a dip set. He needs to leave.
Dip set.
You gotta get out of there.
Oh man.
Yeah, Cerberus. Yeah, you don't want that. That's a death ray. That's a Q. Your health bar will be gone. As Tears of Winter not scaling as hard or not hitting those item breakpoints as fast as he was in game 2, where he was just kind of taking over the game, but he is still very, very scary. He has the Leandries, has the Void Staff in tow, will be one-shotting your carries, as Varus going for a bit of a savant.
Ooh,
they're actually going to go for the...
No hook shot available!
No, don't
TP, Hextech ultimatum, yes, so now there is the TP, the damage, oh my god! Winter is a madman. Tears of Winter making killer unit cry tears all over his keyboard as the fight's still going. Duan once again diving in enemy lines. Taunt goes a little wide. History shows going back in. Unleash power. Reset. Hook shot in. Shut down. Another reset. He's going forward. He's jumping in. There isn't a way for him to
he's doing it. Another reset.
You gotta be kidding me. He gets another reset. Goes in with the Sonic Wave. He's going for another one. That's the Viego power. That's the Viego power, baby. He gets all the resets. We'll get shut down in the end under the tower, but that is exactly what Cerberus needed. The team grabs all those kills. They get a lot of gold into their pockets. They're gonna get a tower for their trouble. Duan, E-sub, doesn't even matter. Comes in, goes popping off here in this third game, and gets his team back into the even spot.
Oh my god, Duan is doing it to him. He is bringing the heat. He is boxing with these guys. 4 resets. This guy is insane. And now he's got the Divine Sunder. He's got the Bork. And now CBR have evened up the gold lead. 38k to 38.2. 2,000 gold lead. Say what? CBR is like, what? There's no gold lead here. They take the fight. Bartimaeus had a beautiful, beautiful stun, was able to, affect these fights, get the damage out, allow Duan to pick up these kills, and now Dragon is up in a minute and a half. And unfortunately, Rockman was nowhere to be found in those fights. Nautilus did go down early, but it didn't matter. Shen got a taunt. That was just an amazing team fight from CBR, but a bit of a positioning error from AOE.
Yeah, it was just so clean on AOE's. So cleanly played on CBR's part, rather. It was the stuns coming out, the scatter the weak from Bartimaeus was so instrumental in keeping that fight as long and as scattered as it was. And for Duan to be able to get those resets definitely helped, I have to say, push that through. And oh man, That's what Cerberus was looking for. They get the kills, they even up the gold lead. Dragon here in a minute. There's a connection. There's the dredge line going out. Depth charge, and that arrow does so much damage. But no, we'll get suplex back in the team. He flashes out. It's a support set. It doesn't do the same amount of damage as last game, as Greco will get collapsed on Hextech Ultimate.
Dot is here.
He's still trying to channel. He's still trying to fight his way out of it, but no, Dot will get the kill. The killer unit will get the kill credit on the Cerulean.
One is here.
One is here. Condemned into
One
the
is
wall.
Here.
We'll get the shutdown.
Not
Sniped
again.
Out of there by Barnum.
Not again.
Not again. It might happen as we do have ShamWow running forward on this Shin, trying to get another taunt off. Resonating Strike goes wide. Goes Heartbreaker to get a bit more distance. They are jumping onto Tears of Winter, who does have a lot of damage. Will set him up in the gravity field. ShamWow will claim that kill credit. And once again, CBR hits everything they need to and gets another 4 kills on the board. They have all the time they need to go to whichever objective, whether that be Baron or Dragon just now spawning. It looks like they have eyes on the Baron.
Ban that champion. Get him out of my games, man. Diego just cleaning up. I mean, he was in the mist, was able to get the resets. Yeah, Dot did a good job of trying to kill Greco, but now CBR's eyes turned on to the Baron. They will take this pretty much uncontested here. It feels like a 1K gold lead will balloon probably to about 2K once the Baron is taken. Everybody's going to get a knife.
Look at the things though.
Things are coming.
They are low. Oh no, here's Dot on the top side.
Greco might sacrifice his life for
Greco
this.
might
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bye-bye, Greco. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so they're going to lose 1 for that, but they will get the Baron. There is no Dragon contest, so they're going to go ahead and give, hey, you can have 2 cloud breaks. It's fine. Because Dragon Soul ain't going to be for a while, so they're pretty okay with that. They're going to take their kill and more than likely the drag and go on with that. No problem. But yes, this game is still super close. The items across both teams are still really close. So once again, it can come down to just one fight can turn the entire complexion of this game. And Chibi, this is just, oh my god, back and forth going crazy. Is that the Redemption Shin I'm seeing?
Yo, that is some dark technology.
It's the Redemption Shin, baby.
From ShamWow, going full utility here, just understanding that he just needs to get one taunt in and really just set Duan and Bartimaeus for these kills up. He doesn't need to survive super long. He just needs to get that crucial CC down, hopefully block enough damage and just get the Stand United out. And it's not a bad pick here because I believe Redemption works with his ultimate where it increases shielding, so he does get that. Yeah, so it's a bit of a good item pickup here. Also gets the healing down. They're just gonna pick up Cerulean. He caught him with his pants down.
Yeah, oh man, it's that support set we were talking about. We hadn't seen it in a minute. Wondering if it still worked very well. With the 158 stat line, I'm not inclined to think that, but it's to the benefit of Cerberus as they are knocking on the door of AOE, gonna try and take down this tower with their Baroned up minion line, but it's so difficult to siege up against the Victor, especially one with 2 items under his belt. Yeah, good luck with that. So you have to wait for another wave. They are pushing in.
Greco needs to hit this turret. Yeah, Greco just needs to walk up and hit it. Like he's probably a little too scared there. Oh, that's a Q hitting onto Tears of Winter. That's his health bar gone, buddy. I'm sorry, you have no armor, you have nothing. As CBR pushing in to the mid lane, getting the mid lane inhibitor turret, and Dot? Question mark? Dot's dead, period.
Question mark pings coming out. Hextech Ultimatum is there, depth charge. Good fancy feat though, okay. Will be able to dodge out as, oh no, you guys gonna take that way. Sonic Wave lands, they're trying to get onto him. W insect kick in. Oh my god.
But is this the fight that they wanted? Is this the fight they wanted?
Chain Corruption goes wide, does land on the 2 though.
Reset.
He's still alive,
Oh, he picked up the Victor.
Once again.
The Victor.
Oh man, in the back line, Rock is trying to stay alive. Does manage to keep alive the most of that fight on this Vayne. This is win condition they are looking for. There's Dot going in. They're funneled into the corner. There's a massive Gorge Trigger healing. Shut down Gusto. Over the side. Gets the reset.
Not again. Don't do this.
Oh, jungle versus jungle. Can Hexmix outplay with full energy? Does have blue buff. Ward hops over. Gets out of the Heartbreaker.
Put your blue suede on, buddy.
Can he bait this? He's looking for the tower. No kick to speak of. Stun. Slow.
No.
Oh, Oh, takes 2 tower shots. Meanwhile, they do have... Corral it back in the base, trying to clean up. That was just, oh man, you know that like.
That was messy. That was
Look.
dirty, messy. That was, man, I don't know. That fight was, I guess, goes in the favor of AOE. You take those fights if you're behind in gold. You take what you can get. Duan is just coming into these fights unchecked. He's going to have another item onto his belt once he gets this reset off and possibly another component. Drag coming up in a minute and 50 seconds. Like you said, Dragon Soul's not going to come up for another like 8 minutes because CBR had the control over the first 2 dragons, and it is a Cloud Soul. They're completely fine giving it up. A little bit of extra ultimate cooldown isn't going to sway these fights, isn't going to turn the tides, right? But if CBR kept getting these fights, if Duan gets into these fights unchecked, and AOE is not keeping a dial onto him, like I said in the draft, he's going to take over these games. He's going to get resets. He's completely fine. He knows the limits of this champion. Picked up the Starak gauge as well, working towards the wit's end. He's getting beefier and beefier, and he's getting much harder to kill.
Yes.
This game is on this Vayne pick. I have to say it's on this Vayne pick, and it has to show up now.
Yeah, Rock Boom in that last fight was untouched, was able to pump out a lot of damage over the side as they do try to get a catch on to Duan, who is able to get out of there. Slippery Diego, but it's just, we do need to see that
Tears of
pick
Winter.
going in. Gets hit.
Depth charge?
Yeah, depth charge will do a lot of damage, knocking up. Flash gets the grab. Ultimate popping out. Look at Rock Boom on the backside. No one sees him.
Here.
Tumbles in. That's one auto. Looking for the kill. The redemption does go down. Hexmas will kill on the Bartimaeus. It's a 2v4 situation, 3v4 situation. All 5 of them.
Can he do it? No, he can't do it. He's getting focused.
Yeah, getting focused down and shut down. The Vayne has her items. The Vayne is online. Y'all didn't need to forget about Rock Boom. You have to check this Vayne in these fights, or else more stuff like that will happen. Multiple shutdowns, a 4 for 1, I want to say, or 4 for none. As AOE, gladly they'll take that.
Yeah, they'll pick up those kills, pick up another Cloud Drake. And I said, you know, they can give up these Cloud Drakes, but giving up the soul, giving that move speed to that Vayne, to that
now
Victor, yeah, now it's getting a little scary because Vayne with our movement speed, she's gonna be zipping through your whole backline, gonna be focusing down the Viego, to be focusing down the Varus. Baron is up. They've got about 4 men strong here. They're actually gonna end up taking it. I don't know if they can contest this. Doc doesn't have the TP.
Is committed. The TP is committed. They did get the dragon. They're looking for it.
Syndra does a lot of damage. They can combo Q and then EQ.
Oh,
okay.
Almost got the steal, but no, there's the fight is on. They're not gonna let them get away. Depth charge
That's
has
a lot of damage.
Now, Greco will get the kill on the Tears of Winter. Now, everybody is running for the hills on the side of AoE. They will be able to get away, but the super minions are in the base of AoE. We do see Cerberus do look for that push, but no, they're rotating down the bottom. They're going to try and take what they can, even though AoE does have the Baron buff on their side right now. The one big thing I'm looking at is the itemization between the mid laners. We do have Winter, who does have his Zhonya's available, whereas Bartimaeus does not have even a stopwatch. I went mostly glass cannon full damage, so they do have a just massive amounts of orbs that can like basically one-shot the squishies on the side of AoE. But I would like to see him grab a stopwatch and have that as
there is
jumping right onto Greco, who should be taken out. Yes, that will be the kill. And yeah, this is not the tankiest of Shin. ShamWow going this offset build, not tankiest, will survive for a good amount of time, just fading out as much time as he can, trying to waste the Baron. And he will go down in the top lane. We do see Bartimaeus trying to get a little bit of a push on, but they're pushing hard in mid. This is a, well, 4-item-ish Vayne on the side with Rock Boom, and he's just gonna push.
Got a Randuin.
Yeah,
that is a really good buy. That is a really good buy. Because of Greco, right? He went in lethality, so any extra armor you build, it's just gonna negate that lethality. It's gonna keep that Vayne alive longer, and Duan possibly going on to Hexmas. And yeah, if this game goes on longer and longer, AoE just scales, right? They have the Victor, they have the Vayne, they have the Camille. Yeah, and Vayne's online. Vayne is there. Wit's End, Rage Blade, Shield Bow, anything extra, any other items is just icing on the cake, right? It's extra at this point. And the Randuin's allows him to just stay alive into the Viego, into the Varus, even into the Shen, to some extent a Shen. going like a very supportive Shen build goes Mikhail's as well. Just trying to keep, I believe, Greco or Duan alive here. Let's see if they can put all the eggs into the Duan basket and win. It's looking rougher and rougher for the CBR as the engage comes in.
Yeah, it's looking rough. I mean, you would have liked to see, you know, maybe the Knight's Vow instead. Maybe just offer a more solo, get this Vayne out of the fight type build. Would love to see the Thornmail, but they're really trying to commit to getting Duan in these fights and getting these kills and getting these resets, and it might not be working for them. So CBR has to come up with a different type of game plan, because Bartimaeus may be their win condition with how much damage he's able to pump out, and they're itemizing more towards the armor side of things on the side of AOE. So CBR, they are not out of this game just yet. Yes, the blue side, yes, AOE does have better scaling, you know, with that infinite, near infinite scaling that is Victor Vayne, but there comes to a point that you have to change up your strategy on what you're going to do. As we do have a disconnect in the heat of the moment.
Unfortunately, just a brief disconnect. We're back into it, but yeah, picking up on your point, yeah, it's scaling on AOE. You know, the damage that's coming out. It's really up to, like you said, Bartimaeus to maybe get a miracle stun, get a unleash power onto the Vayne and just take him out of the fight before he even starts, right? If he can do something like that, you significantly drop the damage up. But as we are running into another pause, I believe technical issues, but man, this game is close, but it feels like AOE is walking away with it, right? 5,000 gold lead at 33 minutes. Both teams are at 60k plus gold, so at this level, at this time, it doesn't, 5k gold lead is not like an insane amount, because most of the teams have their items, most of the players have their items, as Varus is nearly full build, you know, one slot away, just used for pink wards as Dot is going in.
Squishy Shin, not what you want. 45 seconds before this dragon is going in for the rest of it.
Is not here. Vayne, Rock Boom.
Greco is gonna get caught up, will be taken down. Rock Boom is there. That's the Vayne power. TP. Bartimaeus is coming in, trying to stave off what he can. Police power comes out.
Oh, you're not gonna. Oh,
goes
no.
In, misses a heartbreaker. That's a double kill. That might be the game. The Diego is down. Syndra is down. The rest of the team is down. CBR's team is ace. AOE.
Rock Boom.
Rock Boom untouched on this Vayne. Savior of the masses. They are going to take the rest of the inhibitors. They're going to take the rest of the base. This is AOE winning it in game 3. Shivy. Hashtag not like this.
Oh my god, it felt like Cerberus was there. They had Duan. We saw the hero play, him getting the resets and everything. But I think the turning point was that fight in the jungle that they took, right? When Cerberus were leaving, when Bartimaeus and Duan were split from the team, and they didn't have a way to clean up the kills. And then there was one more fight after that. Duan was super late. He wasn't able to fight in the chaos. He wasn't, you know, able to fight with his team. So the moment he came in with the mist, he got focused down by Camille, Vayne, and Lee Sin. It was just AOE just decided to turn their brains on for a second, and we're like, okay, this Viego's a problem. Duan's a problem. Let's just focus him, or let's try to fight when we don't see him and when he's away. And AOE able to pick up the win off of Rock Boon and Tears of Winter. But Camille, Dot on the Camille, doing a really, really good job locking people down, getting the damage out, and bit of a questionable item build coming from the Shen. You would have loved to see him be a little bit more tankier, going for that like engage.
A lot of it. Like,
yeah,
100%.
Engage utility Shen, chem tank.
It was
It
weird.
looked like you had Mikhail's and then Redemption. Like, it was a very, very utility focused Shen.
Squishy Shen. Like, it didn't. I might have let him get away with the Redemption, I'm not gonna lie, but when I saw that Mikhail's third item, I was confused, because you have Camille, Vayne that are doing massive amounts of damage, and Lee Sin, and you don't even attempt to go for the Thornmail.
Yeah,
Really
or
interesting.
Randuin's to like negate. Yeah,
right. There was a lot of interesting choices that Cerberus made in that game, that being like a glaring one. But no, it was really hard for the three carries to keep things going in these fights when your front lines fold like paper, you know? The later fights getting split, later fights getting around. Like, I'm telling you, had, nice Val second item for both Knot and Shin. Put that on your carries. Have a ball. But props to Rock Boom for strapping up, loading the crossbow, putting the Van Helsing hat on, going to work, going to town. The man just
Yeah, he was cleaning up fights as
it was
later as it
insane.
went into. He was
Yeah.
doing a lot of damage, and I said it. I called him out. I was like, okay, this Vayne pick needs to work now. And what did he do? He said, all right, I heard you, Shibby. I heard you. Let's go. Let's go. And they went and they took these fights one after another. And it just became more as my roommate comes in. But yeah, a really good fight coming in from Rock Boob and AOE. But we're gonna throw it to a short break. AOE Phenomenon versus Cerberus, Game 4 of the Aegis Vanguard League quarterfinals. Don't go anywhere. What the? Welcome back, everybody, to Game 4 of the Aegis Vanguard League. Cerberus versus AOE Phenomenon. The teams unfortunately started the draft law without notifying production, so we're going to go straight into the regular or the post-draft. Every team is just picking for their roles. You guys will see the compositions that are rounded out, but we're going to do our best to try to get the bans going for you. Just so you guys know, CBR banned Victor, Lee Sin, and Zinzao away from AOE, and they first picked Thresh, and AOE banned out LeBlanc, Ziggs, and Amumu. So they stuck with their standard 3 bans. And they also banned out the Viego and the Lilia. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, production, for bringing the draft setup here. And just looking at the compositions, it looks like both teams kind of got what they wanted. AOE banning away, or sorry, it switched. I believe CBR actually banned away the Victor. Sides are switched, but CBR banned away the Victor, finally respecting it from AOE's side, giving it that respect. But now you put this guy on an Echo, a completely different look, right? Not the control mage player that Tears of Winter is used to playing in this series. Instead, he's going to go for an assassin mid lane onto this Orianna. And if you look at CBR's composition, they have the Thresh, they have the Varus, they've got the Gangplank that was banned away from them. Like, they got picks that they wanted. AOE on the other side, they have the Nautilus, which is banned away from them. Aphelios is finally getting picked up for them. Irelia as well is getting picked up into that top lane, so it's not a Camille. Dot is going to look very scary. I have a hatred relationship with that champion. I hate Irelia. Absolutely despise it. Don't like the champion. Things should be taken out. It is just so disgusting. And then they also rounded out with the Trundle. So very, very solid composition from AOE. I think Trundle's okay because you're going to have Jarvan building kind of tanky. You're going to have the Thresh also building tanky. So you do have people to steal resistances from. And just Pillar is such a disruptive ability. It sets up so much for your team. You can use it for peel. You can use it for engage. It's going to allow Nautilus to hit those hooks. It's going to allow him easier to hit those hooks. Sorry. And it's just going to set up AOE Phenomenon for success here. Both teams. Yeah, it feels like both teams just got what they wanted.
Yeah, I definitely feel that too. See, the thing about losing those bans, though, is really hurting Cerberus is the fact that it's allowing Tears of Winter to play his Echo. He's pretty good on this champion. Not as much played as the Victor, but still a lot of games played. 50% win rate with multiple games. But God, it's a different style of champion for sure. Different style works with the composition because that is a lot of dive off the side of AoE. Aurelia is going to be going in. Echo's going to be diving in. Nautilus is going to be diving in. That's literally all Nautilus does is dive. So, and the addition of the Trundle is really cool too. I suppose, help steal any of the resistances that Jarvan or Thresh might build. Mm-hmm. Just the Pillar is still quite possibly the most annoying ability in League of Legends. Yes, it's max range. My max rank Pillar is literally just like, I can't make that analogy because it's a little inappropriate, but
I get it. It's a pain. It's a pain in the you-know-what. It's a pain in the you-know-what. Yeah, max rank Pillar, the slow, the CD on it. You can get multiple down in a fight, possibly, and it just becomes so annoying because he can just throw it out. He can just throw it out, and it can mean death if you're on the side of Cerberus. You have a Varus, you have an Orianna, not the most mobile champions, right? They have to burn a flash. If it's pillar into Nautilus hook and you see that thing coming at you at Mach speed, you flash or you die, just because of the lockdown potential and the follow-up damage coming out from Echo and Irelia is so much.
Yeah, I would love 100%. Please take cleanse if you are Greco, because oh god, it's just not going to be a fun time. Like the Trundle Pillar, the Felios Gravitum, every single one of Nautilus's abilities, Aurelia stun. It's just either building the QSS tax or taking cleanse. Honestly, do both, have a ball, but it's do or die time here for Cerberus. This AOE phenomenon looking to close the book on this quarterfinal matchup. So we're gonna take one last break while we get the team sync in and the spectator delay done, and we'll be right back for potentially the final game between Cerberus versus AOE phenomenon.
A million stars floating over.
Bum. All right, we're back. Sorry it took so long. I had to fight an octopus that was escaping out of my toilet, and just a bunch of other stuff. And we're not going to get into it, but what we will get into is this match.
Oh, we are going to get into this match, as it looks like the octopus actually took Quanta away. So I'll be solo casting for a little bit as his internet gets back on. I'm Pone Star, should be your color caster, and attempted play-by-play, and he's back. The octopus, octopus didn't get him. He fought him away. You just saved Aegis Vanguard League from a horrible solo cast. But we're gonna get right into the game as ShamWow is coming to go for dot here. They're looking 5-point defense is coming out from both sides here, and you have to believe that CBR is going to be playing very safe, not looking to make any mistakes. This is match. This is game, set, and match, right? If AOE take this, they take the series. CBR is gone. They're out of here. They don't get to compete in Aegis Vanguard for this season, as AOE is looking to stomp this game out with some powerful solo lane picks here in the Irelia and the Echo.
Bro, AOE literally just said, all right, look, we're tired of this. Let's wrap it up. Let's go home. I want some food. So they picked such a strong composition here. And it's going to take just a minute to get online, I would say. So there's a little bit of early game you can abuse. I'm really hoping Duan does, get the Jarvan level 3 and just start going on a tear. And he's running around, boosting up his lanes as best he can, because CBR is in a little bit of trouble. Nautilus Aphelios is such an annoying lane to play into. All of the additional guns that Aphelios has. Nautilus's guns? Oh, that'd be crazy. But that Aphelios is able to cycle through, and it's gonna be hard for Cerberus, for Greco and Unit to play into that, because there is so much aggression. And Greco taking the heal over the cleanse, I feel, is a little bit of a mistake. But it's whatever the player preference is. As in the mid lane, we do have some aggression going on, just some trading, taking back and forth.
Oh, with Irelia is getting really low. The changes to Gangplank, he still took the grasp here. We are on 11.18. I have seen Gangplanks do other things. Some of them I've been seeing take Dark Harvest. Yeah. Some of them, they take the Conqueror for the extended fights. Looks like ShamWow is still going with the grasp. He just values that range Q. It did get nerfed as Hexmit. He's back here again, right? This guy, when will you learn? ShamWow, come on!
It's 3 games in a row, baby. Top die, first blood. It's happened again.
Has gone top 3 times in a row, and it's like at this point, ShamWow is just expecting it. I guess he just expects his Duan to pick up another kill. And they're going to try to go for this Scuttlecrab Duan. You just got to trade that, or you got to get double Scuttle. It's not yours anymore. You lost top prior.
Yeah, it's just Hexmist. Give him any champion. The jungler king is here, and he's just going on a tear at this point. Like, that's 3 games in a row. You would have thought their adaptation would be there from Cerberus, to note that Hexmist likes to go and gank for dot top at 3 minutes into the game. But here is bot. Flash auto keeps him in the lock.
Rock boom. Oh, Greco, he flashed.
Does get away, and yes, another kill going over to the side of AOE. And that's the kill this time for Hexmith getting the credit.
Yeah, I don't think Killer Unit had the lantern ready, or I don't know what the play was there as the roam is coming out. And it looks like Tears will be crying today. He's dead. He's dead in the mid lane, unfortunately getting a little too over aggressive, and that's the first time I've said that all series about Tears, right? Because he's been playing control mages. So like I said, a different look for him. Maybe, you know, he's got to shift his brain into the assassin play style and really try to push his limits, because that was a bit just over aggressive and he kind of paid for it. So it's gonna be taking a little time for him to kind of switch into that echo mode and really understand how far he can play up. Kills being traded back. It's a good job from Cerberus. Cerberus this whole series is doing a really good job of just, you know, trading kill for kill, or trying to trade play for play here. You know, Greco dying in bot lane, killing units like, okay, you know what, I'm not just going to stand by my turret. I'm going to try to roam mid, get an assist, do something, and it worked out perfectly, right? Duan getting the kill. His Viego is banned out, so he's not going to have that explosive scaling. He is going to have to play a more gank-focused champion. He did pick that up. I believe Duan played Lee Sin in game 2, was it? Or
so.
game 1? Or was it game 1? Yeah. No. Duan did not play. He played Viego. Yes, he played Viego most of the time. Yeah. So more scaling picks. More scaling picks and stuff like that.
Oh, he's dead.
Hexmith.
Yeah.
Let's see if Shamwow.
The damn pillar, as I'm talking about it, but the passive is
Oh,
there.
he's gonna
Wait, no way! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, the Q.
One auto. He was one auto.
Literally one auto away as Dot saves his buddy. 1 HP, the dream. Hexmist, you can't keep getting away with this. ShamWow just falls. The pillar comes out. Dot gets the Q cooldown just in time.
Yeah, if Dot freezes this here, it's going to be really, really bad for ShamWow. He won't really be able to walk up to the lane. He can freeze it, take the back, TP back if he wants to, and keep the freeze going. And with the item advantage that he should have, he's 2-0 as
Slay saves the hook, pulls it in, and yes, the killer unit will claim the kill as... Oh, man.
That's unfortunate.
Little unfortunate on that side, yeah. Double
They get the
assist,
kill.
Going over to Duan and going over to Greco. But yeah, you would have loved for that kill to go onto one of the carries rather. And it's just CBR, they're playing from behind once again. They've done a good job of getting things back to even and then sometimes pulling ahead in that 1 minute they got. But this composition that AOE has is very punishing and just very unforgiving. So we'll have to see how CBR gets back in this game and how they can pull ahead and stay ahead this time.
Yeah, and both teams have some good scaling tools, right? The way they changed Gangplank, he gets more barrels, I believe, at the end. I think his barrels do more damage now as well. Yeah, so, as Rock Bottom's just going to walk this guy down.
The draw, full mana, got the Gravitum, burns the heal. Heal's also available for Rock Boom, but does not matter as he will just walk him down and solo kill Greco.
Yeah, Greco just not respecting Gravitum. So rated Dirk tier into, you know, Vamp Scepter, double longsword, Aphelios. Aphelios is going to win that. He just has the tools to win that, right? He has the better ultimate, has the better dueling, had the guns for it too. I believe the white one is Chakram, so he was just able to... They're going to dive! Dot here, TP's coming out.
Terrible time dive. Ultimate available for Dot, as we do have the TP in. Parallel Convergence has been dropped. But
they got the TP out of it.
Yeah, I got a TP. I mean, but yeah, we're talking about those chakrams. Chakrams plus towers equal a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Rock Boom gonna get a lot of plates off of that. Some more gold into his pocket. This Aphelios sitting pretty rich right now. As
no, Greco! No. And
look,
nobody's here to
about
TP
one
for
guy.
you.
Oh, he flashed. Should have held the flash. And Rock Boom will get the credit. And once again, Hexmist lives.
This guy's a magician, living with 1 HP every time. But yeah. Should have saved the flash. I don't understand why you burned that there. Now you just make yourself a prime target for Nautilus flash Q or flash R or flash auto and then follow up Q. There's so many different combos you can do to lock you down. It becomes really, really scary for Greco here, and AOE coming out strong with about a 700 gold lead here, 2 to 5 kills. Duan is here looking for the gank. Let's see if they get Dom.
Plus your rally passive, he didn't get stunned up. Orange is eating, trying to make everything okay. He flashes over the wall, flash to follow Cataclysm.
Oh, no, the last plan!
No! Nature is on her side. The Dancer of Ionia. Once again, Dot survives and just situations she should not be living in. And AOE, you have to think right now. You have to think right now that Cerberus are playing pretty mentally boomed. AOE, they're just running away with this deciding game here.
Yeah, AOE sticking strong in their form and just playing to their win conditions. Irelia 3-0. We've seen Dot on the Camille, we've seen Dot on the set, and now I've seen Dot on the Irelia, and he has performed exceptionally well on all of these champions, right? Even in the game they lost, he did fine, right? He did fine in that game. It feels like Cerberus kind of just like you said, maybe not entirely mental boom, but that was a game. The game 3, they had it, right? If they played correctly, they had the right pieces. If they ended early, and it just feels that they're just playing really sloppy. They might be tilted a little bit. It's unfortunate for them. It's really going to be up to Bartimaeus, I think, and ShamWow just hopefully get to a point where they start doing more damage, right? Bartimaeus on track for his mythic here, 97 to CS to 59 on that Echo, so he's really carrying that gold lead or keeping that gold lead even as best as he can.
Yeah, the trades are definitely going in his favor, and that's the one shining light. You know, it's not the victor as fight in the bot lane. Good play, good box. Shutdown is there, and it goes over to Duan. Here's the rest of the team, though, as they will be jetted out. And yes, that was a great collapse from Duan. Getting a good gank off, you know, getting those good timings off. Does have Herald, doesn't want to drop it in the bot lane. Well, I say that as they are leading the wave there. He will drop
they're
it
tuned
now.
in. They're tuned in. They're tuned in. They're listening. As a solo kill might be coming out.
No, the ultimate does come out. Well, solo kill might be here because Heximus trying to get on to.
Oh, what are you doing? Walking back in?
Wait, why did he walk back? Why did he walk back? He's trying to kite it out, but
what?
No! He doomed himself there.
Why?
Oh man, Bartimaeus saying, "All right, send the PayPal receipt over to AOE."
I just praised you, man. I just praised you as killer unit is. They're hunting for this Trundle.
We're trying. Flashes for it. Yes. Okay, Greco will get the kill.
Yeah, but I don't know why Bartimaeus walked in. He got the GP, the flash. He was fine. If she just EWs herself, she sprints out of there. A-OK. They trade flash for flash in the mid lane. I mean, I guess it's a 1-for-1 overall, but you don't want, if you're in that situation where you're dominating, or not dominating, but you're beating your lane, you're winning your lane matchup right now, you have to do everything in your power to continue that pressure, to continue, continue that pedal to the metal, lead that you have. You can't just give it up and give Echo a way to get back, to get some CS back into this, because dying there, like right now, you and Duan are going to have to be the carries of this team.
Okay,
top laner is
very interesting.
Oh, Dot!
Hold that Dot! What is he doing? He's going in. That's the shutdown. Dot trying to dive. ShamWow under his turret a little overzealously, pays for it with his life. That's a flash and his ultimate down as AOE. I guess they're giving the homie stock back. Like
the homie stock. And the gold lead is in Cerberus' favor, right? They got that first tower in the bot lane. Eclipse Varus, right? This Varus, when Eclipse didn't go for the Dustblade of Drakthar, has a little bit more survivability here, has a little bit more burst as well. I want to say, as I say that, he gets hooked. Come on, man.
Burst it down. Able to flash just came back up. Oh my god, perfect timing. Duan will hit the Cloud Dragon, but will probably pay for his life as he does cop over. Flag, parallel conversions, lands in the bubble. The stun is there. The ultimate is there, but the Cataclysm and the shield will not be enough for him to survive. He does
Duan!
He's running the W.
Duan!
He's still living. He's under the tower. This is Shockwave. Bartimaeus coming up clean, getting the kill on that Heximus and keeping Duan alive in the process. That's absolutely ridiculous. AOE falling apart here in this mid-game stretch in this 13-minute mark. They get The CBR gets the dragon and gets kills and burns flashes and ultimates in it. Shibby, they
we're not
can't
done yet.
keep getting
We're not
away
done
with
yet.
this.
We're not done. We're not done
He's
yet.
chasing another
Beautiful.
tower, trying to go for another tower once again. Takes the tower, shot, bam!
ShamWow!
Shot through the heart, here to play, baby. ShamWow is here and he's trying to win this game, and Cerberus are back in it. Shibby, how does this keep happening? This is every single game so far. The early
They
game
can't
has
keep
been
getting away with it.
Yeah, they cannot. AOE keeps giving up these leads in the mid game, allowing CBR to get back into this. Yes, it's worked out for them for 2 games, but 1 game it didn't. And this game, I don't know if you want a Gangplank to get back into this.
Yeah, SS3 for Gangplank now. And we said, I was just saying, mid lane has to be the carry for this. His top lane is losing, and as I say that, he gets 2 solo kills off of failed dives from Dot, essentially, and that bot lane play. The whole team coming together to protect Duan, not give the kill away. Orianna able to live, Greco able to live and get some kills on his belt too. And now you see Ori has the Leandries, has the tier stacking, has the Swordspan boots. 136 CS, 1-1-1, but Duan is very strong right now. Their whole team is back into this. The lanes that were losing are back into it now. You have an Eclipse Varus versus an Aphelios with Shield Bow. These team fights are going to start looking hectic. Objective setup is going to be super important. Cerberus has picked up 2 dragons so far. Ocean Drake is on the menu for them. Ocean Soul is the soul of choice, and if they can get this objective setup and get these picks off with Duan, you have to believe they're going to secure Ocean Soul.
Right, and it's just the scaling on the side of Cerberus is so scary to deal with. They can keep it up to the mid game, have this Orianna do work, have Gangplank, who has that new barrel system, go to town with how much crit he can build. It's very scary for AOE. They have to continue diving and playing these fights smarter, as we do have another collapse. Once again, Dot trying to dive ShamWow, but he's not alone this time. He does have Corellian with him. Pings across the map are alerted to this, and we also see Hexmas coming down, but ShamWow will back off of this. AOE gonna try and play the objective game, gonna try and get these turrets, but guess what? On the flip side, Herald's going over to Cerberus.
Oh, ShamWow can turn this around. It's Gangplank. He's got Grasp, yeah.
Here.
Yeah, that's a Grasp Gangplank. If Dot was there, then maybe we could have done something, but Trundle Nautilus just do not have the damage ready, and yeah, Oranges help him out from the lockdown. The Herald gets picked up by Cerberus as well. I think that's the first Herald picked up by Cerberus, I think that was the first Herald taken this game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That first Herald actually took down a bottom lane. I'm losing my mind. But Cerberus get both Heralds this time around in this game, and now they're going to be possibly looking to push that into the mid lane. Could be pushing into the top lane. Oh, top lane is going down. So yeah, mid lane is probably the tower they want to crack here before the objective. They can use it as a distraction herald, right? The objective distraction herald, as Dragon's coming up in a minute. But Cerberus, man, they are looking very, very good. They're looking in a position to take these objectives and take these fights. ShamWow is strong, man. He's got Essence Reaver plus a Noon Quiver, and if he gets that into possibly a Shield Bow, he'll be very, very strong.
Very strong indeed. And also, speaking of very strong, Bartimaeus on this Orianna is in a really, really good spot right now. Had more CS lead the entirety of his lane, still has the CS lead, now has the most CS on the map. Well, I say that as a Rock Boom decides to clear a wave, but it's just, already has his Leandries, has the Oblivion Orb, has a sword.
Oh, and that's what they're gonna do. Yep.
So much damage already on this Orianna, and you have to.
Wow, AOE just gave up dragon control just because of the Herald. Look at that.
Interesting. So they are gonna go ahead and get that charge down, trying to use the Herald to start a fight. But look on the backside, look on the flank. Dot is here.
Look at top lane. GP's just pushing it.
He can push it. He has TP and he has ultimate to join in any capacity that he wants. AOE will start the dragon. The other 4 members of Cerberus on the other side. Multiple avenues to steal. As ShamWow still just going for the dragon. The TP
they're
is
TPing
being
in. They want to fight this.
They're going straight in as there's the Cataclysm coming out. Chain of Corruption goes a little wide, flashes out, takes them. Tokyo Drift, Lantern to safety, and the dragon will be secured by Bartimaeus.
Cerberus?
Damn route on a killing spree, but what is this? Oh my god, the reply. Cerberus is actually insane. This team managed to turn online, got everything they needed, got multiple towers, TP'd in, got the dragon, and 3 and 4 kills. They're insane right now.
Man, that looked like a very, very disjointed fight in the beginning. You saw Duan going with the Cataclysm. You saw Shamwow TPing in on the side. Ori couldn't get over. Finally, she gets over. Varus couldn't kill anybody. The Lantern comes in to save Duan as well. And they got the damage down. And I honestly thought AOE was poised to burst out Duan and win the fight. They lose the dragon as well, even though they were the team to start it up. They don't even lose it to like a smite fight or anything.
It was Bartimaeus.
Yeah, Bartimaeus just picked it up with a stray auto. I think it was sitting at like 43 HP or something crazy like that. So now they're on Dragon Soul point in the next 4 minutes. That is a 23.5-minute Dragon Soul. This game could potentially go. The series could potentially go to Game 5 here. It's very likely. This is the first time I think we've had a 6,000 gold lead from any team. The gold lead has relatively stayed very close, 1 to 2,000. Cerberus are in a dominant looking position in this Game 4.
Oh man, Chibi, they're like, look, you give them an inch, they will take a mile. Cerberus capitalizing on every single mistake that AOE was making, and they making them pay in spades with all the interest in the world. As Bartimaeus is stepping up a little bit too far, getting caught to my 4. Man, I just praised you. I just praised you. And I get shut down. Oh man, cast a curse.
That could be Baron. That could be Baron on the side of AOE. Oh, they're
well, the rest of them is here. They do have still have a lot of damage. They're starting it. They are starting it. Interestingly enough, is
oh my god, that Aphelios Rock Boom!
The Snipe Calibrum doing so much damage. Rock Boom takes Greco basically out of the fight, but
can Duan be a hero? Can Duan be a hero?
Oh man, Duan's going in. Cataclysm on to Hex Miss, but gets caught up.
Not
shut down. Snipe from downtown Greco. It's a 3v4 now. The rest of CBR is running in there. They still have
Where's
this
Ori?
Thresh
Look for
for
Ori.
utility. Oh yeah, AOE stop the Baron. They're making them disengage and just little micro mistakes like that. AOE managed to get a kill off, but Duan buying a lot of time, stopping them from doing Baron, allowing the Greco to get that very beautiful snipe.
Yeah, onto the Echo, right? No ult used. Echo probably wasn't even expecting it because Winter
Probably
didn't think
was
he
not,
needed
right.
ult. Yeah, it was a stray arrow that he was not expecting to get hit by. Stops the Baron, which was the goal of CBR here, even though Bartimaeus died. And yeah, Bartimaeus has got to play a little safer. He's one of the primary carries for this team right now, and he needs to hit very, very big ultimates, team fight changing ultimates. Because now they're going to try again onto Shamwow, but he's very, very strong. CP comes in.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Drops the ultimate. Bartimaeus is here. Claims the credit. Hexmas will fall. We did have Shamwow doing all the work, but he is still putting in more work. The autos are being weaved. The autos are being done. Double kill coming over from Bartimaeus. This Orianna cannot be stopped as Duan is running into the jungle. Echo ult pop, but he gets popped right after. Duan gets a kill credit for his troubles, and CBR can clean up 2 quick kills. They're making some beelines to mid, but they could possibly do Baron here.
Oh yeah, Baron is definitely on the menu for Cerberus here. 5 men strong. Gangplank's going to be pushing down that bottom lane, so they have to answer him with more than one person, and he may turn this around. I don't know if Nautilus and Aphelios are enough here. Yeah, if he lands the ultimate, the Moonlight Sigil, then he's fine, but... Oh! Nautilus, he might trade 1 for 1 here.
Lifeline pop. Oh! Just not enough, but they are still continuing on the Baron. 1 man down, it's all right. Yes, you would have liked to have that split push pressure for Shamwow with the Baron, but Cerberus will claim their Baron.
Unheated, right? They weren't stopped. Nobody came over there. They got the Gangplank in return, a bit of a consolation prize for AOE. But now, 7,000, nearly 7,000 gold ahead for Cerberus. Dragons coming up in about 10 seconds. Shamwow should be up with his ultimate and his TP. They're gonna try to go for this soul. They're gonna try to possibly end the game here, because if AOE get wiped, it is potentially game ending.
Potentially game ending, absolutely, and you gotta believe that AOE don't want to give them this in any capacity, as they are there. They basically beat CBR to the punch. They're gonna go ahead and start it. Okay, they do know the rest of the team is split. Gangplank ultimate is available. The Cannon Barrage is there. The TP is also available. The TP is being channeled. ShamWow is just gonna go straight into it. Can we get things on the Baron? I mean, on the Dragon. ShamWow got caught out. The Doom TP, very big flub.
Oh, it's a lot of damage.
So much damage. Bartimaeus, you crazy man. There's the shockwave catching onto that thing. But Vanguard edge from Dot in the background. He's on to Greco, but he does not have the damage. He does not have the damage. He will drop. Aphelios is there. 200 years. 200 years. Bartimaeus doesn't have the damage. The double kill. You better run for the L2. Go back and the quadra kill coming out. Block boom. He gets the kill. The ace, and that's the Dragon Soul denial. AOE. Once again, making this a pure tennis match back and forth the entire time. Shibby, that should not have happened. That Doom TP from ShamWow into literally the waiting arms of AOE cost them the soul in that fight.
Oh, and you have to believe if AOE take this game, that is where the throw happened. ShamWow TPing it to 5 people. Maybe he was expecting his team to engage. I don't know where the communication was or the lack thereof on that side. They pick up the soul. Aphelios picks up 4 kills. He's gonna come back possibly with a whole item. This guy has shield bow, LDR, Runin. I cannot imagine what he's going to do or how much damage he's going to do if he picks up an IE, a Bloodthirster. I mean, the world is his oyster. He's got so much gold on him right now, and CBR going into that meat grinder. Yes, it's not Victor Aphelios, but Aphelios is still there. You cannot just walk into him. You have to burst him out. You have to get on top of him one way or another. It's up to Duwan or it's up to ShamWow to ult him, or even if Greco can reach him with the Q, but he went untouched for most of that fight up until the end. His shield bow popped. Health started coming back because he had red and white.
He had the perfect combination there. Getting the Chakram and the Severum is just, so nasty in these team fights. And speaking of team fights, looking like another one. No, they're just going to try and get this red buff and get out. But Greco being dove on by Dot in that last fight was also a major key. He dropped him to literally 10% HP and allowed for Rock Boom to get the kill, to clean that up and allow AOE to take over that fight. Had someone peeled for Greco, I do think that fight would have gone in a complete other direction, because it's just, that's how much damage that Bartimaeus and Greco are able to pump out together. But when you separate them off, it does make things significantly easier for AOE to capitalize on.
Yeah, and that Baron that CBR took, negated, done. Useless, right? They didn't get any towers off of it. Maybe ShamWow is going to get this bottom tier 2 turret here that he knocked down. He got really low earlier into the match. But yeah, that Baron, now they just have to wait. It's Dragon waiting game or it's Baron waiting game, and AOE is completely...
Look at that ward, look at that ward, look at that ward. Oh, there's the pillar. They still don't see them. They're jumping straight on.
Oh, Rock!
The team, the Locket saves his life. Big old shield. Is there's a return? There's a collapse.
Run away!
No, Duwan gets hit and sniped out. There's the chain coming in. Vanguard's edge. Dot is on the back line. ShamWow gets to go into Hexmist, but there's some resets coming out from Dot. Takes out 2 real fast. It does not matter. Ignite, no problem. Conqueror plus Aurelia passive. It's late game Aurelia, baby. Absolutely terrifying, as ShamWow has to watch the rest of his team die as he has to back. They're charging down mid. They have a big wave. They won't be able to end the game, but they will be able to get at least 2 turrets.
They might get the inhibitor here. Aphelios is a turret-taking machine. He's got the white gun ready. He's ready to take these turrets down. Echo is up. They actually are going to respect the solo gangplank here. Not going to go for the inhibitor turret here. I don't know. I guess that's the right call, right? You're finally coming back into the game. Your champions are online. Irelia is online. Aphelios is definitely online. He picked up the stopwatch as well, so he's going for that Guardian Angel. It's looking scary. And Trundle going for the Triforce instead of Divine Sunderer. So he's not as tanky. He does do a little bit more damage, or a bit more damage here. And just looking to get, I guess he's just looking to get as much damage as he can down and let Rock and Tears of Winter just try to clean it up, and Dot is just going to be solo diving a Greco every single fight. And if Rockloom just keeps going untouched here, this game is looking its AoE's hand.
Yeah, absolutely. 19 to 19. The gold lead is shrinking. 54K to 51K. Literally on a knife's edge. Every single game this series has been back and forth between these teams. And it's the patented strat, throw early, win late from AOE. They're doing it again. And it's the team fight power from them is so scary right now. They cannot delete Rock Boom. If they cannot delete this Aphelios, then they just can't get this win. The TP is channeled. Look at the ball. Getting corralled. The Baron has been started. They get a good hook on to Bartimaeus as they jump in. There's the ultimate. There's a damage. Rock Boom rains down, and he gets
one.
And WoW gets killed as well, and he will drop AOE. But the Baron is the 6th man, and he shuts down Rock Boom. They will get 3 kills, but they will back off after their ADC gets dropped by Baron. Absolutely insane here. Bartimaeus and Killer Unit are the only ones alive. Ocean Drake is spawning now. They have to give it up. They have to give it up. Oh, Killer Unit. He's going to get collapsed on. Yes, he's caught. Look at the back, though. Yes, he will go down as, yeah, the next Ocean Drake is there. Bartimaeus is hiding in Tri-Bush. I don't know what he's planning. I don't know what he's planning. Oh, no, he's caught. He's looking in the pit. He's looking in the pit.
No!
He's trying to get away. He will get done. Yes. Good shockwave. He's running for his life. Doesn't dodge the deadline. Buys a lot of time for his team.
Bartimaeus! Bartimaeus!
Otacon, calm down. As they will get the second Ocean Drake for this AOE squad, and the gold lead is basically evaporated at this point. 57 to 55, sure, but AOE just have all the eggs in their basket. You know, they have all this damage. That timer is very long for Bartimaeus. He doesn't have TP available either. They're making a beeline for this Baron. Shitty. AOE might take this Baron uncontested, because I don't think CBR can fight for this.
Unless CBR has something to say about it. Varus snipes it away, takes the scuttle trap. They have some vision. They know it's being started. Can Duan be the savior? Can he steal this? This man has been playing excellently all this series.
ShamWow will get caught out.
That is a lot of damage.
Oh, he is on to Winter, and he gets a shutdown, but the fight is there. Greco is by himself. He manages to get away, but they will get on to Killer Unit. The fight is split. Everybody's running for their life. They're running on to Duan. They're trying to single out the jungler. Jungler for jungler combat. Gorginka will be popped. Greco is still by himself. They can jump onto him. If he gets hooked, he is out of this fight. He has no thresh to get him to safety, but no, once again, CBR push AOE off the Baron here.
Yeah, CBR getting the snipe down, getting the ShamWow Gangplank damage. This is a 4-item Gangplank. Yeah, Aphelios scales, but so does Gangplank. You also have almost, you know, a 3-item Varus. He's going to be hitting you for a lot. If he hits the Echo, if he hits the Aphelios, there's a lot of lethality on his side right now. He has the Cerildas with the Armor Pen, has the Eclipse, has the Mana Moon completed. It is very, very scary. We're at a point where 2,000 to 3,000 gold doesn't matter. Baron is getting
chased up. Look at the chase. Look at the chase. They have one caught out. Oh no, that's not where you want to be. And they're right by the Baron. Tries to cataclysm out. Jumps over the side. There's the Thrust Lantern. Killer Unit is the biggest homie in the world. The Chain of Corruption will land onto Corellian. So much damage coming out. The arrow does not quite land. You gotta be kidding me. He actually got away from that.
Oh my man, put the blue suede on, gave him the dukes. AOE, you gotta ice your ankles, son. Ice your ankles. Killer Unit be the everywhere. Lantern came in for the smooth getaway. This game 4 is insane. It's intense. AOE versus Cerberus, Aegis Vanguard League. Beautiful, Crow. What is gonna happen?
Only the quarterfinals. Jimmy, this is only the quarterfinals. That's how crazy stacked this league is. These Masters, Grandmasters plus players are all just so crazy. And once again, we are on the Baron dance. But Cerberus is hard committing, going for it. No wards on the outer side. Don't have fear. But they get a hook on to Winter. Not going to follow up on it. Everybody's coming from the side. You do have ShamWow. You do have Bartimaeus on the side trying to block off. They're going to peel off the Baron, looking for that great shockwave, looking for that great cataclysm shockwave. You do have Killer Unit still next to Greco, keeping people off of them. They're fully pushed off. They're going to back off of this They don't have any wards in the pit, I don't believe that, so they can't see what's going on. They're trying to thin down this top wave as AoE is just gonna establish vision, get everything back in on their favor as Cerberus is just playing this cat and mouse game. Ocean Dragon number 4 is gonna come up at a minute 19. Maybe that's what they're actually gonna try and wait for, make them force a decision.
Either Soul or Baron. Yeah. I mean, AoE does have the luxury of sending one of their TP laners to that dragon. Most likely it will be Dot. But the thing is, it'll be Dot and ShamWow at that dragon, most likely, if both teams are thinking the same thing. This game, it's getting super, super close. It's one Ori ultimate away, 200 years away from just turning it on its head. It's very, very scary. Both teams playing on the knife's edge. They are not. They're playing so safe, right? They're vying for vision. They're trying to just position. It is a footsie game. It is footsies right now between these two teams, and expertly played. Duan is playing out of his mind, saving himself and getting the escape out, not guaranteeing the Baron. AoE be able to push off CBR. CBR pushing off AoE, and now we have a dragon dance for this vision. Oh, what is it? What do they make? Baron for Dragon? Baron for Ocean Soul? Is that really the choice you want to make?
I do not think that's what the decision they want to make is, but I do think that is what they're going to. As yes, AoE started this dragon, and there's nothing they can. Or AoE started this Baron, and there's nothing CBR can do about it. It's gonna go down in super fast fashion, and yeah, the rest of them are gonna push. We do have 2 members of CBR on the dragon going for the soul. And AoE had to make a split decision. They had the back. They're going to go for the turret. So they are going to give over the soul for this Baron. So AoE Phenomenon does have Baron. They do push really fast with this Ophelio. So they're charging straight down. They're going to take all the towers they can before they get answered.
There's no Grievous Wounds on the side of AoE. They have to back and pick up Grievous Wounds.
Yeah,
who's going to pick it up on the side of Ophelios? Picks up the plated steel caps. I think he sold his boots and put it back up again. No Oblivion Orb. No Thorn Mail, there's nothing. If CBR just get the chance to kite these fights out, they're gonna heal. They're gonna heal a lot. I don't know if AoE has the damage ready to deal with the ocean healing. Yeah, there is no Grievous Wounds on the side of AoE, so they are massively misplaying this itemization.
Yeah, once again, Grievous Wounds, baby, haha. It's just, I mean, they do have a lot of damage for sure. If they can get Cerberus to hard commit to a team fight, not allow them to get away to proc the Ocean Soul passive or healing, then they'll be fine. But the thing is, Cerberus has a lot of damage on their side too. One barrel chain from ShamWow, and you can best believe they are losing 90% of their health bars.
Barrel chain into Cataclysm, or Cataclysm to barrel chain, and finally Trundle did pick up the Bramble Vest, but I don't think that's enough. I really don't think that's enough here. It's all up to Duan and who he wants to combo with, right? Because Cataclysm Oriolta is really good. Like you said, Cataclysm barrel chain. I mean, shoot, they could go for Cataclysm into Varus ultimate, Chain of Corruptions, and then Q. Varus is not going to be doing a crazy amount of damage now. Teams are picking up armor, health, everything like that, but if he gets onto the right targets, maybe a WQ into a full stack, fully stacked passive, he might be able to chunk somebody down.
Yeah, their best bet is to just stall Baron as long as they can. It's just what they can do. You were right about, this lethality. That's the thing about lethality Varus. The longer the game goes on, the less effective he does become with everybody stacking armor like that. He does a decent amount of damage, but the majority of this team's damage, this Cerberus team's damage, is going to be coming from Bartimaeus and these massive Ori shockwaves and command attacks that he's doing, the dissonances. It's just so difficult for them to actually get AoE to commit to a full team fight as they are knocking on the door. Multiple fronts, multiple waves pushed in from AoE. The wave clear is definitely there. So much damage coming out.
And that's on a Nautilus, right? That's on a Nautilus. So much health, so much armor and everything. These barrel chains. You mentioned Bartimaeus, but I think Gangplank is equally scary here. Gets a double barrel chain, gets a triple barrel chain, your backline's done. You don't even get to answer with that as they are finally pushing with the last minutes of their Baron.
Greco is pushing in. Great chain landing. Could keep going, but no, they're just going to allow that as the cannon minion to save the game allows Corellian to survive with his life as the hook from Killer Unit does land onto him, does land onto that minion. That literally just saved his skin right there, as I feel they could have gone on for that. But yeah, they're going to take a tower, don't quite get the inhib, and they're going to back off.
crack the base open. They have 2 TPs up. This is a very scary situation for CBR because if they commit to this Elder Dragon or Baron, they can get backdoored, right? They can potentially get backdoored if they're not maintaining their waves. And in these late game situations, you have teams tensing up. You have them, freaking out about decisions. They're not managing their waves correctly. They're worried about objectives. They're worried about Elder, Baron. AOE can take all that, and in the confusion, double TP.
Oh, that thought, there's the flash Vanguard's edge, but once again, Killer Unit is so good on this Thresh. So good on this Thresh. Time and time again has been saving his teammates as AOE try to make something happen, but no, Cerberus prevent them from getting anything done as Duan going over the side, looking for a Cataclysm of some sort, but no, we'll just clear wave and hop back over. It's such a nice cat and mouse game here.
Killer Unit's new nickname is Chastity Belt. He is denying everything right now. It is no question, no doubt. This man, he's blocking everything. He's never allowed AOE to get any kills. He has saved Duan. He has saved Greco. He has saved everybody here.
He's
You still with me? You still with me?
I promise I'm here. Yes, but you're right. Killer Unit just absolutely. I'm so sorry for anyone in chat that was. Holy hell! So that's just AOE. I'm trying to get back on my train of thought here. It's Dragon. Yes. Okay. Elder Dragon coming back in a minute. You have to think that's going to be the big fight. They have to make a decision once again because Baron is up in 50. So, will CBR make the decision to go to Elder or Baron this time? Or will AOE catch them out in the mid as they are lurking right here in the river bush? Killer Unit stepping up, putting out a ward. Yes, for the hook, goes a little bit wide.
Yeah, goes a little wide. And this game is tense. It's who lands a hook onto the right target, who lands their combo effectively, and CBR, they're muscling them, the AOE out of this. Yeah, but Dot is in the top lane, pushing. That is very scary. I said, these waves, what are they going to do? Who's going to answer Dot? Who's going to answer Irelia? I don't
They
think
have to make a decision now. Duan goes in, flash dodge on the Cataclysm. Will get out of there. Oh, the hook lands, and that's a shutdown. Duan doing so much damage. And once Dot is back into the fight, Vanguard's edge has gone. He does try to go for the stun. Falls to what does not land. But look on the side, we do have Tears of Winter fighting up against Duan. There's the stop. There's the Zanya's plus the shield coming out. But CBR is being pushed back. Baron and Elder are live, but there is a massive minion wave in the top lane that CBR has to answer. They have to make a decision. The TP was used from God, but the TP is still available for Winter. They are fighting on this dragon.
Echo needs to buy an elixir right now so he can do the most amount of damage. He needs to buy Sheen or Lich Bane. No,
less
they're
than
not.
half. Elder's less than half.
Are they gonna go for the steal?
There's a hook.
Can they do it?
Smith. They're looking for it. There's a parallel convergence. Zoning off on the side. Elder's resetting. There's the Blue Light Vigil coming out. Rock Boom is doing so much damage, but there's a shut up in the back line from Greco to and they'll get the kill, but no, Elder will go the way of Cerberus, and they're on to the fight right now. There's another Cataclysm coming right back up. There's no way he can get out of this. The Guardian Angel has been popped. Duan is running, goes right back in, tries to get another kill. The snipe double shutdown coming in from Shimwell. There is a wave in the mid lane for them to work with. Baron is still alive. They have Elder. The only one alive on the side of AOE is Corellian. There's no contest for this. This is Elder and Baron going the way of Cerberus.
Elder, Baron, can AOE stall? You have to feel that if Dot didn't TP into that mid lane preemptively, he would have got a tower, he would have got an inhib, he possibly could have ended the game there, but instead feared that his team got engaged on. I mean, even giving the Nautilus up for Elder, that's not that bad, right? Dot couldn't get anything done. I think he just needs to split push here. He's not effective in these team fights. He cannot really do anything. He's just getting, flayed out. He's units bringing lanterns in. Like, there's so much peel, so much shields. I think Aurelia is best used split pushing now. He has to just side lane and keep Gangplank away from them, away from the team. Maybe she won't win it, but if she just keeps them away, then AOE has a chance to win 4v4. This Elder Dragon is ticking, though, and AOE needs to stop this. They need to stall out Elder at the very least to have a chance to get back into this game.
Being here from the side of Cerberus, they're probably going to look to force an end as they have Elder and Ocean Soul. They have a wave coming up behind them too. You have to think, in Cerberus' mind, they can just push an end. There's a massive wave in bot, but nobody on the side of AOE can do this. This could be the final push here. They're going for the inhibitor. It's melting. They have Baron, they have Elder, they have Soul. You have to think all these components. It's 26, it's 26, but that doesn't even matter. The Cerberus, they're in the base. There's the dive going in parallel convergence. There's an automatic ultimate coming out from Tears of Winter. The Vanguard goes down. So much damage. So much damage. Jump in. Cataclysm. Shut him down. That's doing getting multiple kills. Greco OP is OP indeed. Will send them back to the gray screen as we do have AOE trying to put something down, trying to make something happen, but it's not going to be enough damage as he jumps in. No, Dot will be taken down. Meanwhile, the turrets are dropping left and right. Doing saying, let's end this. Let's go to game 5. You up, baby. Let's get the silver spring.
Oh my god. Game 5. Aegis Vanguard League. Cerberus versus AOE Phenomenon. A close game back and forth. It looked like AOE was gonna bring it back, but they didn't. They got closed out on Elder, Baron. Everything goes to CBR. They execute on the compositions. GP did fantastic. Oh,
Absolutely
man.
fantastic. That was, man.
I lost all my points. I lost all my points. I bet 8,000 points on the AOE. I lost them all. That's just how the cookie crumbles in this case. We are going to a game 5. Beautiful. We have been live for 4 hours almost. Gonna be live for hopefully another hour, possibly, maybe less.
It's looking like that way for sure. As
Victor banned away from AOE, and AOE leave up Gangplank. They banned it 3 games in a row. They took the game. They took it away. They said, no, you don't get Gangplank. The 4th game, CBR gets Gangplank. Yeah, he got dived a little early. Yeah, he was 0-3 at one point. Comes back, Scales, Essence Reaver, Immortal Shield Bow, Serpent's Fang, Mortal Reminder. This guy is hitting barrel chains upon barrel chains, taking out your backline. And then you also forget, Oriana's there hitting huge ultimates, massive ultimates. It's Tears of Winter just did not look as good as he did on the Victor. He felt ineffectual on this Echo, wasn't able to get the assassinations, wasn't able to get the damage down. He was pretty much just like an annoying fly on the side where he's like, okay, I'm here, you got to deal with me or do something, and then they would just force him to ult, and then they would just take the fight 5v5. He needs to go back onto a scaling control mage. If it's not Victor, go take Oriana maybe away, go on to Syndra maybe, but Syndra's obviously not hard scaling. Possibly go to a Cassiopeia. Like you got to figure out something because assassin mids are not the move right now.
It's just not working. And yeah, I'm sure that Echo was like his second most played, second most successful champ that he has played this season so far, but they just looked a little bit lost. They went for these desperation plays they probably should not have gone for. And oh man, such a crazy back and forth fight. And you saw you saw AOE slipping there in the middle, allowing Cerberus to get back into this when they probably should not have. That's the whole thing. Cerberus was pretty shut down up until they got those few little blunders and those few little kills that got them back into the game, and they just kept hold of it, put them in that chokehold, and just made sure that they were going to win this game. But with all that said, we're going to let it cool down for just a little bit, guys, okay? So go take your potty breaks, go get your snacks, get your water, whatever you need to do. But when you come back, it's game 5 between AOE Phenomenon and Team Cerberus. We'll see you in a moment. Woo! All right, here we are. At the top of the day, we were talking, and we were saying it was going to be a 3-0.
We were. I'm going to be clean. I'm going to come clean with you guys.
We are 4 hours later, and we're at a game 5. Absolutely mental. The tiredness is there. I'm sure the players are actually just completely all exhausted by now. And they have to strap up one more time one more time for a Game 5 decider. Whoever wins this is going on to the semifinals next week.
Yeah.
So,
and CBR is actually on the blue side here. It looks like AOE opting in for red side. That must have been AOE's choice, right? Yeah, AOE actually,
definitely
yeah, it was AOE's choice to go red side here. They wanted the R1, R2. They're willing to give the Thresh away here. CBR banning the Victor out with their one ban in the first round, and AOE sticking to their bans. LeBlanc, Amumu, Ziggs. I've not seen those champions. You have to believe CBR is gonna take Gangplank in this B2, B3, as AOE is they're gonna rotate Nautilus, Lee Sin possibly with the Xin up, with the Viego up. I mean, I don't know if I want to give Duan Viego.
You know, I mean, he
Look,
did have
really good. Yeah, and ShamWow, although shaky in the beginning, was able to claw his way back up because of some mistakes by Dot. Don't get me wrong, but had a lot of assists. His barrels were on point for the most part. His ultimates were really good. It's are they just gonna run back the same composition? Is CBR just gonna run it back?
You know, there's that age-old adage. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Don't try to fix.
And honestly, CBR, that comp wasn't broke, so they can definitely run that back and be fine with it. And yeah, there's 3 of the components right there.
3 pieces. They got 3 of the 5 Exodia cards.
Look,
they got 3 of them. They've drawn
right
3 of them.
Yeah, AOE are definitely gonna be paying more attention to it now though, because they kind of slapped them bad that last game. In that mid game, like once that got out of control, they got out of control for a good while. And yeah, they're gonna pick up. AOE's gonna opt into the Ezreal pick here.
I don't like this. Is just so defeatist. This is so Nautilus Ezreal. Like you have to either roam with this Nautilus and leave the Ezreal in his lane. Like what does Ezreal do that Aphelios doesn't? Is it just that extra safety? Does it? Right, it doesn't scale better, right? Like it's not. It's not. Maybe AOE knows something I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe they got something cooking with this Ezreal pick. It is safer. CBR is gonna ban out the Irelia away from Dot, even though ShamWow won in the late game. He still didn't get solo killed. He still had a hard time into that lane, and Dot was just, pushed his lead a little too much and threw a little bit. As Lilia and Jarvan are getting banned, so Viego's up.
Yeah. Making sure Duan does not have that champ pool, but the Viego and Xin are both up. I'm about to say it.
Yeah, Zin's up. Like, Elise is up. CBR's jungler. Elise is his most played. Like, they might just go and, like, you know what? Go pick your best jungler and we can win this. CBR, have the momentum, right?
Ooh. Going in. Interesting.
Silas being picked up.
Okay.
Another fighter. Like, the thing is Silas the pick here? Like, what does Silas do? What does Silas achieve? Because most Silences build very utility-wise, right? They go Everfrost, they go Zhonya's, they build these types of, like, not super high damage items. And now I'm looking at their damage profile. Ezreal scales, obviously not as good as Aphelios, but he does scale, right? 3-item, 4-item Ezreal is pretty good. If he gets Divine Sunderer, the Bork, or whatever he wants to build, right? He has a plethora of build paths. So yeah, they're just gonna run it back. They're only gonna change out one champion here. It's the Viego.
Yeah. So, looking at rosters and OPs and whatnot, Dot actually does play a lot of Silas. So it could be a Silas flex for AOE. It's definitely possible.
Oh yeah. Into Gangplank. That'd be really nice. Dealing that global, just allow him to affect the map as much as he can.
CBR picking up the Viego. I see, part of me kind of is more partial to the Jarvan, is because of the durability he had with how much damage and how much he was able to soak. The Jarvan, yeah, the ban was very targeted. So going for the Xin over the Viego.
Oh, is it wait? Very composition. Ooh, so they're gonna go Tristana mid,
Silas top.
Yeah, they're gonna go for a double AD composition. No enchanters, Lee Sin, Nautilus as their engage. You have Silas as the AP damage / utility to try to keep CBR honest. A very, very, very different look coming out from AOE. No mages really for Winter or anybody. I mean, Silas, he's like a fighter mage or like a bruiser mage, whatever you want to call him. He's akin to more of like an AP bruiser in my opinion, just because of his itemization. And I don't know how he's gonna match up into Gangplank. He's gonna eat a lot of Qs, but he also has that gap close, the gank setup, a lot of good ultimates to steal from. Chain of Corruption is really nice. Gangplank ultimate's really nice, or Yana ultimate's really nice if you can get the sombrero onto him where he like double flash.
Flash on,
Heartbreaker's really nice here. I don't know if he gets the interaction with Heartbreaker if it resets.
I don't know.
Someone in chat can confirm with me or some of you.
I don't think that's a thing. I think that's one of the reasons the game just kept breaking all the time.
He doesn't get the reset, right? He doesn't get to possess. Right. I know that.
He doesn't get
but does he get the reset on a kill? Like that's that. Because then if he does, then Heartbreaker's really good. If he doesn't, then Heartbreaker is pretty mad.
It's absolutely terrifying. But yeah, AOE coming out with the double marksman comp in game 5, really trying to throw them off the game. Cerberus has a lot to fight through because see, we were asking about the Ezreal pick, and then they throw the Tristana pick on us, and we're like, oh well, I guess that works, yeah. So it's really going to be up to Cerberus to keep that tempo up, to keep that mental strong, because the later this game goes, that's actually dealing with Ezreal late is already annoying. Dealing with Tristana late is pretty annoying.
Double 80 carry. I mean, I think AOE Phenomenon, they just realized that these games are going long regardless of what they do. So he's like, you know what? They put their foot down and then they said, okay, we're going to pick double 80 carry. There's no way we can get outscaled here. And Gangplank scaling is really nice. Don't get me wrong. A couple barrel combos and your double ADCs are gone. They're out of the fight. Right. But absolutely, Ezreal Tristana is so scary. Because you have a spell, slipperiness, you have a spell slinging ADC, and you have a pure like auto attack damage carries kind of ADC. You also have Silas in the backline just wreaking havoc, right? Gets super beefy, has the Kingslayer healing, got
it's a bunch of gnats. It's a bunch of gnats flying around. You have
you have Lee Sin,
Spider Manning everywhere, Lee Sin going everywhere. Everything's just jumping around on this composition for AOE Phenomenon, and that's interesting to see here in game 5. Hopefully it's going to work for them, because like the main problem with Cerberus is composition. There's no point and click CC, you know? Like, you have the Thresh. Like, you have the Thresh, cool. But nothing concrete, you know? Not like a Leona, not like a Nautilus, not the Maokai that we saw. It's going to be really difficult to keep everyone in AOE Phenomenon in check. And if they start popping off, it gets really hard to come back. That's the whole thing. Yeah, they scale, but their item breakpoints are absolutely terrifying to deal with. So we're going to let these teams get their summoner spells selected, get everything queued up, get the timers and the delays out of the way, and we'll see you in for game 5. Okay, here we are, guys. All the marbles. Winner goes to semifinals up against Urgata. Oh, man. It's been nothing but action back and forth between the two teams here. And I hope you guys have your predictions in, because it's about to get crazy.
Oh my god, this is game 5. Duan's got the pentakill skin going on. We've got a 5-point defense. No invades, no shenanigans. No one wants to lose the game at minute 1. You know, it's weird because as close as these games have been and as hectic as they kind of have been, I feel like both teams are going to be playing very, very safe. Right?
Yeah. You would think.
I would not be surprised if both of these teams, like, we're at 0-0 or 1-1 10 minutes into the game or 12 minutes into the game, because this is game 5. Like, this is their final game, right? Whoever wins this goes on to play Urgatum Esports in semifinals, right? And that's going to be a game in of itself. But we're going to get into game number 5 of CBR versus AOE. This is the Ezreal mid, so we actually didn't talk about it. We did a little bit of research on the back end. Beautiful little research. He said that
100% win rate, baby.
Yep, 100% win rate. That sounds good. That sounds good. But stats are always very, very manipulated. So just to throw it out there, he has 4 games on Ezreal and solo. 100% win rate, but 4 games. So take that how you will. We don't even know if it was played in the mid lane or the AD carry role, if he got auto-filled. Tears of Winter must know something I don't. They're going for double ADC composition, which is very nice in scaling, like we mentioned. All these games have gone to that high scaling point. I don't think any game has ended under 30 minutes, if I'm correct. You guys could quote me on that. If not, maybe first game might have ended like a tad bit under, maybe at 28 minutes. But yeah, these games have been getting to that late game point. You have Gangplank Viego on the side of CBR, and you have Ezreal Tristana on the side of AOE in terms of scaling. Orianna scales decently well. She does get her damage down. She does, you know, hit like a truck, don't get me wrong, but I assume Varus is going to go for that lethality build again. Has the exhaust summoner spell in handy. Same thing with Rock Boom. Both these AD carries exhaust online. They're expecting 1v1s. They're expecting outplays. They're trying to stop, you know, Viego possibly and Silas from jumping onto them and just giving themselves a little bit more extra peel and safety and fighting power, right? Slows them down, reduces their damage, everything like that. As we see Book coming in.
Wow, that was so good. They're jumping in. All of the jumping abilities are there.
Oh,
good flash in the side. That was so clean. And will once again, for the 5th game, give first blood over to AOE, but now they gotta run out. The flashes are down, the rocket jump isn't there, stunned, but he misses, he gets pulled back in! No! X-Mix gets the kill on to do, and there's some TP really late into this fight.
The boys are here!
Looks for the arrow, does not have enough damage to kill him.
Oh, Sonic!
And Tears of Winter will get the kill on the Great OP, that's 0 for 3! Not even 5 minutes into the game, AOE!
I lied, cut the VOD, cut the tape, I lied. These teams are going out. AOE coming 3 kills at 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I lied, I'm sorry. Nobody's playing faster today, but hold your horses, guys.
Oh my
If you recall, last game started very similar. The last game started very similar. AOE went up
So did
early.
game 1, so did game 2.
AOE went up really early. AOE went up really early, okay?
Oh my
Just
god.
be warned, this does not mean anything. 1.5k gold lead does not mean anything. I'm sorry. After this series, after these teams, like CBR May.
Oh, you might be right. No, it's a 2v2 situation. You do have the junglers there. Hexmist is so comfortable on this Lee Sin. You saw the work he put in game 3, but Duan is super comfortable on this Viego, but he might be too comfortable. He's everywhere. He's actually everywhere. The man with Justin Bot comes up the top, gets another kill for himself. Oh, man.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Hexmist is going to him and saying, they must have forgot. They must have forgot about the Lee Sin. They don't give this man Lee Sin. In game 3, this dude went 5-0-11 on the Lee Sin. This dude did not die once. He had an insane KP, and now he's looking to recreate that magic, that carry performance. 2-0-2-4 KP. I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to count Cerberus out yet. I don't care. I'm not counting them out yet. Yeah. I'm not. It's 2k gold lead. I've seen this happen before. CBR has the composition. They have the scaling. They have the champions to bring it back. A Threshold here, an Orianna ultimate here, a Chain of Corruptions there, and pretty soon CBR is back in this. And you're like, wait, where'd the gold lead go? And AOE's like, I don't know. We just gave it to him. So yeah. This is what happened.
That has been the tale of the series, you're right. But the thing is, AOE, all they have to do is not throw. I know that's really difficult for them to do in the early game, but I feel like with this game 5, I think they're going to play this a little bit more seriously and a lot closer to the vest, so to speak, as they're going to go ahead and take this first Mountain Drake for themselves. No chance of a steal, no contest by Cerberus Gaming. And yeah, it's already scary AOE, they always get into position and then they make these mistakes. And it does come back to cost them, but I feel like this game they're playing it differently and they're not going to let any lead that they have go to waste.
And we said Cerberus had the momentum going in, right? They had the wind beneath their sails, you know, whatever you want to use in that expression. But I think the point here is that, you know, even though they're down, you know, about 2,000, about 1,300 gold here, ShamWow is going untouched, right? He's not, like, a gank came there, he got out, he's mounted a small CS lead. I mean, he's doing a lot better in the early game than he did last game. And last game, he did a lot of damage. He was doing, you know, work on those barrels. So this GP, there's a reason it was banned away from him games 1 through 3. There's a reason in game 4, his barrel chains were doing damage, right? He was hitting the right barrel chains. He was getting it onto the right targets. I will not count CBR out unless ShamWow is like 0-5, 0-6. Because even at 0-3, he came back, built the Essence Reaver, Mortal Reminder, Serpent's Fang. He got all these items down as Juon. Oh, CBR's bringing the boys, and they're listening. They're tuned in. They know.
They're going for it. Squad, come through. Looks to predict, but does not quite get it. Dodging everything.
Heartbreaker.
Dodge?
Dodge!
Kill? Oh no, killer unit taking up way too much damage.
Why not walk up and play first? If he's gonna go back in, why go for the raw? Hexmist is here. Hexmist is someone to fear. Hexmist.
He does get some damage down, but no, he does get the rain of arrows. Looking for that blighted. He's just out of. There's no way he can get this. Gonna get the kill credit over to Dot. Yeah, Hexmist. He's feeling himself now. He is styling on everybody up and down. Just absolutely insane. Almost 100% kill participation.
Really weird.
He's looking. Hold on. He's looking.
No,
he's not going to go for it, is he? Looks for the hook. No, killer unit misses once again. He's feeling a little bit of that pressure now. Just missing. Usually he was always on point with those hooks, with the flays in that last game. But
the lanterns. I mean, killer unit played out of his mind last game, and now he's going for raw hooks. He's not playing first. Is it mental? I mean, they had the momentum, right? It's not. This is where it might be the nerves. This is where AOE, a team like AOE, who a storied organization in the amateur scene, where they have coaches, they have people, you know, game 5 situations, you know, they're not new, they're not nervous or anything like that. Whereas Cerberus, a relatively new gang, not insanely new, a relatively new gang with an emergency sub jungler going to game 5, like they might be feeling the nerves, they might be feeling the pressure, and AOE is just performing, they're stepping up. Take the Raptors away. Get the consolation prize. They're gonna dive this. They're gonna dive ShamWow.
Yep.
Here.
He is here. He does have the cannon barrage. But Duan is also here. Goes under. Is K. Drops the cannon barrage. Jumps in. Duan not gonna try and provide any aid as he knows the 4v2 is not gonna go in their favor. Oh man, AOE's up 7-0.
And ShamWow. Really weird, because ShamWow should have seen that coming, right? Orianna must have called that there was at least 1 or 2 people on the Raptors, and not seeing anybody come back to mid, you have to be calming that, okay, they're going to come bot, you need to leave, you need to, like, get out of there, give up the wave, just run, or try to live, or try to get out with as much HP as you can so you can try to turn this. TP might have been able to come out from Bartimaeus if GP was more aware of that dive and aware of the champions around him, but unfortunately trades his life 0-1. Not the worst situation here, but 7-0 for AOE, and it's a 3,000 gold lead nearly. I want to say I'm not counting out Cerberus. I want to believe, but they've got to show some signs of life here. They have to go out with a bang. They cannot just lie down and die here. This is not how your game 5 is supposed to go.
Yeah, you know, it's like, I want to say it's open and shut, but the last times I did that, we wound up getting a 35-minute game. It's absolutely insane how Cerberus were able to come back and even up the gold lead in most of their games. And, you know, the fact that they are up to a game 5 really does say something. But I do feel that AOE definitely knows not to play too loose like they have been in the other games, not to let it dip. We're at the 11-minute mark, and they haven't even lost a man. They have not given up a kill. Dragon number 2 spawning here in 13 seconds, where usually Cerberus would be getting this kill. They're trying to dive top lane. There is a TP being forced out, who will be Winter's TP, as, yeah, the rest of the team is there, and Dragon number 2 is spawning an AoE, are on it immediately.
Yeah, the dragon is coming up. They're gonna secure it pretty easily here. Uncontested. They just have the manpower. They have the gold lead. They have the items. Mythic should be coming out for AoE. Fairly nice here. Duan has actually left the game. He's gonna reconnect. No pauses coming out. They're gonna dive.
Another dive onto ShamWow.
Yeah, has to bring the ultimate.
Yeah, he will survive. But the dragon will go over. Dragon number 2 will go over to AoE. Dropping Herald in mid, trying to get some plates off. Will get it one charge at least. So that's some more plates going into the pocket of Cerberus, some gold going for them. Haven't they capitalized on that? Not so sure what they're going to have to do at the moment as the team. Lots of pings, lots of rotations coming up to this top side. Looking like they're trying to force something. Trying to get a reverse dive as another TP comes out. Trying to set up the barrel chain, but there's fights all over the map. And Duan is caught out up against 3 members of AoE, and he will go down immediately. That's another catch as the sombrero ultimate comes out, flashes forward, goes for the Q auto, boom.
What a man!
He's done with it. He's over. He wants this game to go back into the favor of Cerberus, and that's a good amount of gold going into the pocket of somebody who is a really good carry on the side of Cerberus.
Yeah, that's some signs of life there. Getting I don't think it was a shutdown, but just getting that gold as well. Hexman's gonna take part of Duan's jungle here, and Duan not able to recreate the performance he had in his past games on the Diego, unfortunately. I don't know if the term we use, right, in FGC Beautiful, maybe he got downloaded. Maybe Cerberus is downloaded
not
here.
Quite complete, but you know who is complete? Hexmas. Oh, the chain of corruption does not go. TP is in, has flash available, looking for a flash flame. There's a lantern, flash flame miss. So does the ultimate. There's nothing left in the tank for Cerberus to use to get a catch onto AoE. We are talking about these slippery champions. The lack of point and click CC from Cerberus is showing here to be their detriment, their foil as AoE. They just jump and dash and move all out of the way of Cerberus to engage. That was a TP and 2 flashes and an ultimate burn from Cerberus, and they didn't get anything for it.
Yeah, they pretty much got nothing. Gold has stayed relatively close, actually, after that Herald charge. About 2,100 gold, which is, as I say that, it has to be quick with the lantern. The play is there.
Yep, looking for that. He does have to burn his flashes and not get the return chain. Killer unit not having near as good as the game as he had last time in this game 4, and from game 4 to game 5 the performance is severely dipped. He's missing his hooks, missing his flays, not getting the timings right. It's just not a great game for him right now, and as Cerberus are trying to find a way, Cerberus are trying to claw their way back into this game. The gold lead isn't massive, but the items you're starting to see on the side of AoE, we do have 2 mythics completed already.
Looks like Ezreal's going to be able to back probably with his Divine Thunder as well here.
Yeah.
Tristana's on the cusp, about 500 gold, possibly a little bit less away from her. Either Kraken Slayer. It looks like Kraken Slayer to me. Hopefully it's Kraken Slayer. Might go for the Gale Force, but it's neither here nor there. If she's looking to be more slippery or if she's looking to do a little bit more damage. But yeah, AoE is going to start getting those mythics in. And the only actually mythic coming out on the side of CBR as well, Divine Thunderer. Triforce Gangplank this time around. We have Ludens. It's just unfortunately Varus is a little bit behind. Greco's a little bit behind. So if you're behind on one of these like lethality building ADCs, it feels really bad because it's always a race between can I get my lethality items before the enemy team starts building a little bit of armor, before they start building plated steel caps and chain vests and all that sort of fun stuff. And if you're behind the curve, as the
1v1, hold that thought, hold that thought. The ultimates are coming down. Good flash in, shutdown.
Oh no!
Into the
That's
pocket
a
of
shutdown. That's a shutdown
what
for doing.
That's what they want. They're gonna trade Tower for Herald at the moment. As Cerberus trying to get back into this game, they're making those strides. AoE might be slipping up. They do also get first brick. Bowden it all away. Bonus turret gold and the snipe to end all snipes as Greco OP on this Varus gets the steal of The Herald, I can't even find work. Jibby,
Your brain is done. American Sniper hits him with the 1-2. Buckle my shoe onto the Herald. As now, the gold lead that we saw, the 3,000 gold lead, maybe 5 minutes ago. You take a quick peek at that gold. If you take a quick peek, beautiful, what does that gold lead say? What is that? Where's the gold? What happened?
I'm absolutely losing.
That's only 200 gold. That's only
with this.
AOE are the best magicians when it comes to gold lead because they make that disappear completely. Harry Houdini, you call him Chris Angel, you call him whoever you want. These guys are masters at making gold leads disappear. And they've proved me right once again. As now, Duan looking for the 1v1. The Cloud Drake does get slain by Lee Sin. Beautiful. I'm going to let you take it over.
Holy cow, they are going, and everybody is down. TP being committed. Look at the health bars. No! Tears of Winter. Shootar Barrage gets a kill on the direct OP. That's the most DPS going down.
Duan!
As Duan gets destroyed by Dot in the crossfire of the Dredge line coming out. As the Lantern will bring the same. He's following that kick. Dragon's Rage flash. Palm strike to the ground, and Hex Miss does not want AoE to go in this fashion. He does not want this lead to exacerbate any longer, as he put more graves up for Cerberus. As yeah, that's 3 dragons and 11 kills for AoE. They're doing their best to close this window that Cerberus has started to open. Hexmas playing out of his mind, making sure that they do not lose this game 5.
Hexmas doing all he can. He's like, no, we're not losing another gold lead as we get 3,000 gold back in the favor of AoE. And just like that, they've made it reappear. The best magicians I know. AoE getting that gold lead back. Looking down the line of CBR, though, they're not looking too bad, right? I mean, you look at the bottom lane, yeah, they're 0-5, but Duan's got some items. Oriana's got a Luden's got the Sorcerer Boots. GP's getting CS pretty much undisturbed, right? He's not really getting contested on these waves, and if he's allowed to get these items, I mean, AoE might be in for a shocking surprise if he gets these barrel chain combos. If he gets maybe another item here or there, it can look very, very scary for AoE. Yes, Hexmas is doing an amazing job on the lead, and Dot is doing an amazing job on the silence, and this Ezreal pick has planned out, but I don't know. It's I counted them out before, and CBR proved me wrong, so I'm not gonna count them out just yet.
Definitely can't cap them out, but God, it's so difficult. It's 20 minutes in, and there's already 3 different dragons for AoE. That means CBR is going to be playing on the defensive this entire time to make sure the next 4 dragons all go to them. Otherwise, you know, we have seen teams with Dragon Soul lose. I don't exactly remember how high the percentage is, but it's not super high. So AoE do have that in their pocket. They do have that little bit of, you know, that one win con they do, aside from, you know, the 4-0-4 Lee Sin and the 3-0-1 Tristana and the 3-1-2 Silas. Yes, the CBR squad can scale really deadly, but the maneuverability, the slippiness of AoE's composition is so scary to deal with, especially the later this game goes.
Yeah, and it's super scary because if AoE, you know, loses with Cloud Drain, I don't know. As I'm not allowed to speak.
Oh no, he's getting collapsed on. The TP's there. He has no flash available. Cannon Barrage not even going to be used. Dot, in essentially a 1v1, gets another kill on the ShamWow. 0-2 on this Gangplank that he did so much work with last time. It's, you know,
looking rough. It's looking rough. It's looking a little rough. I think he's building towards that Stayrax stage right now. He's just not strong enough to fight the Silas right now, right? Yeah. And Everfrost armored with, you know, Lucidity boots and a Phoenix Codex. Like, he's just not strong enough right now. He needs to land barrel chains before the fight starts, or if they're both full HP, Silas is just gonna win. Cannon Barrage does get Q.
Oh my God, was that a Q auto from Tears of Winter?
I think that was WQ auto?
WQ auto just completely, just almost deleted Bartimaeus off the map. That's
100% win rate. Hey, you said it.
You heard it. You heard it.
100% win rate. I mean, this guy's showing he's got the technology. He's got the mind power. I mean, Cloud Drake is coming up. This is Cloud Soul for AOE. This is the best soul that CBR could have rolled because it's not game ending. It's not an infernal. It's not a mountain. It's not an ocean, right? It's Cloud Soul. It just gives you a little bit of movement speed after you ult. And a lot of these champions can't really use it that well, right? Like Ezreal, he's in his animation cast. Tristana can kind of use it. If she R's, she can just be a little bit more safer. Nautilus, it's kind of nice. And it just depending on what ultimate Silas takes, he can use that move speed. But it's not the end of the world for CBR, as they are looking to try to get back onto Dot. Takes the ultimate. 4 men strong here.
Oh, fumbles a sombrero.
They have to give this kill. No!
Oh, he flashes out. No, the hook went too soon. Yo, here comes the recollapse from AOE, and yeah, they have all the tools available, all the damage. Good Dragon's Rage. Sonic Wave doesn't land, just barely misses, but man, not able to get the kill and lose a man in the disengage is not what Cerberus needs, and this is Dragon's Soul for AOE. You have to assume.
Yeah, pick this up with relative ease here. Cloud Soul on the menu, and that's just gonna push Elder Dragon up to the 28.5-minute mark. So CBR has 6 minutes, right? If Baron gets taken, if they can just stall Baron out and make sure that AoE just doesn't take it for free, if they can get a dream fight. I mean, your Orianna has 2 items, right? She gets a really good ultimate in that Baron pit. If the AoE boys are grouped up in there, it's looking very different because Duan can get some resets potentially. He can look to, clean up the fight if possible. It's not game over if you're CBR, and you have to play for AoE's Baron because their Baron takes have not been clean. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Duan's just gonna die.
Speaking of not being clean,
yep.
Yeah, that's quick kill.
Duan went for the fight, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like
if he missed it onto the wall, he would have got out, right? Heartbreaker out if you need to, but dying there is a guaranteed Baron stop from AoE, and now you don't even have an opportunity to steal. That Baron's gonna be taken relatively free, I have to assume, as Silas is on the back foot. He's not there yet. Dot is not there. He's TPing in. Ooh, is this the fight? Is this where you make you stand?
This is TP on the back line, though. Here is Dot. They are going for it. ShamWow does have Cannon Barrage. Drops it on the rest of the team. Great shockwave, but not enough damage as Bartimaeus has to watch his team fall in front of him. The last man standing, the last man on Cerberus will go down as Duan did spawn, but he won't be nowhere near this Baron. You have to think with that ace. This is AoE. Have the Soul and the Baron. Ooh, looking pretty shut here.
Yeah, it's looking like a game set match. 2-18, not the game 5 we were expecting, but it is the game 5 we are given here. 7,000 gold lead, actually about 7.5k gold lead for AoE, and CBR is just, unfortunately, they don't have enough tank in the gas. Or, sorry, gas in the tank. Well, I don't got enough gas in the tank either. My mind is going crazy. I'm messing up my words, but yeah, it is looking rough for CBR. I mean, there is a world if they get a pick, if they get a shutdown gold onto the right member, maybe it's nice, but you've got Gangplank on the puzzle piece build. You've got the thrift shop build on him. You've got thrift shop build on Diego right now, right? It's as he actually finishes the Bork, never mind.
He's getting collapsed on. Will dodge out, looking for barrels, looking for something to get away. There's the ultimate being committed from AoE on the side of Cruellian. He will get that, yeah. And it's just you have to think the most DPS heavy member of Cerberus is getting taken out like that. The side lanes can't even farm side lanes without all that pressure, and you see all the vision that AoE has on the map. There's 100% win rate mid Ezreal, Tears of Winter. Man, it's definitely night and day performance from the last game, as it's just looking real grim here for Cerberus in this game 5. But AoE making sure they don't slip up, making sure they play everything, cross their T's, dot their I's. They're trying to go for this in. Baron buff, Dragon Soul firmly in the lead as, I say the Duan is going in. Look at the regen. Gets stunned up as well. Able to get in. Flash. Goes for the Heartbreaker. Timing. Ooh, ultimate goes wide. Here's the rest of the team. God on a killing spree. God gets a double. God looking for a triple. Will be able to kill over the Tears of Winter. This might be the final fight. This might be the final nail in the coffin for Cerberus in this game 5. They tried so hard, got so far. You
but
know
in the end,
rest. I'm not getting copyrighted.
In the end,
AOE.
in the end, AOE.
It's AOE. It's AOE. It's AOE. As they will take the inhibitor. They have the cannon minion. 4 strong. Double marksman comp does wonders for morale, and it does wonders for sending a team to the semifinals. Congratulations, AOE. It was a long one, but
It was a banger.
It was a banger. But they will take down Cerberus in 5 games.
A banger of a series. An unfortunate game 5 for Cerberus. Probably not how they imagined going out in the quarterfinals. You have to believe that they thought they would make it close. Congratulations, like you said, to AOE for making it 5 games, making it entertaining. I love it. I love 5-game series. 3-2 AOE esports, and every single game was really good, right? And now
Every single game.
And now it turns forward. Now they face Ergotum Esports in the semifinals, right?
Yes.
And they had this much trouble with a team that had a sub jungler, right? An emergency supplement they never scrimmed with. If I'm AOE, no flame, nothing like that, but you guys gotta shape it up. You gotta shape it up. 3-2. I'll take the dub at the end of the day. You guys played very, very well that game 5. I really liked it. I love to see it. But you guys, this could have been a 3-0. This could have been a 3-0.
Could have been. But
you didn't make it a 3-0, and I love you for it. The fans
Absolutely.
love you for it. AOE loves you for it. We got to cast 5 amazing games of the Vanguard League quarterfinals. We are actually going to throw it to a very, very short break while we pull in one of the AOE.
Oh, nah, B, we ain't got an interview. They all left.
Oh.
They said, all right, we win and we going.
Oh, no interview. Actually, psych, I tricked you. We've been 4 hours and 49 minutes into the stream.
4:49.
Yeah, we had to restart the stream. We're 5 hours, 20 minutes in.
We hit 5 hours, yeah. So
5 hours.
okay, so we do have the bracket set starting next week, 9/20. Semifinals, we have Glaive Esports Prime versus Dare Black. That's gonna be crazy. And semifinal number 2, gonna be AOE Phenomenon versus Ergotum Evolved. Absolute bangers. It's 5 games, man. Like
5 games. I want every series. I want every stream series to be like that.
Oh Lordy, I don't know if I can take it, man. Like, I mean, you know what? We could probably do it. I got my good teas. We're good. I can do some vocal exercise. It'll be fine.
I got some water ready.
Big shout out to everybody that was here. I think we reached up to like 78 concurrent viewers or something.
Yeah, like 80 almost, right? Thank you for everybody
that's
sticking around. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, beautiful. It's always a pleasure casting with you. We toe that line. We toe that PG-13 line just a little bit. Shout outs to Duan, the league, the head of the league, Duan. Shout out to obviously Amanda, Ayameki, all of you guys, Mike, Quanta, as you guys know him. Shout out to production, all the staff for Aegis Vanguard League. You guys make me and Beautiful look good. We just come up here, we scream, we talk, we make inappropriate jokes. Sometimes we analyze the game a little bit, but you guys, and obviously the fans is what we do it for. Because trust me, it's Amateur League of Legends. We ain't getting paid that much. I do it for the love of the game.
You're not supposed to leak it. But yeah, no, it's we're here for all the love and all the fun times, as you guys are too. With that being said, we're wrapping it up because it's time to go. It's time to sleep. I'm Beautiful Crow. That's Postar Shibby. This has been Aegis Vanguard League. Come back next week. We have more and more action. Semifinals, baby. Peace out. Love you all. Good night. Woo!